exhausted, so I can't do it while I'm exhausted. So I don't know what would happen to me. Maybe like slip into a coma or something. It's so draining.
Dude, this is like MLG shit right here.
I know, Jesus Christ! It's like doing a. It's
Alright.
like it's like 50 minutes of running. God, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Come on,
let's
boy.
not be too mean. He could
Good
just
Lord.
be falling asleep. I mean, and do we want whatever Red Fox's snoring sounds like to be in this until somebody mutes him?
I think he's on push to talk.
There you go. That's covered. That's covered up. All right. Now, Flux, what happened last session?
And I'm a bit tired. Try someone else.
Flux, I want you, because you are Simon, I want you to tell us what happened.
And I'm a bit tired. Please try someone else.
Come on, man.
Simon's not here right now. Please leave a message after the beep.
Beep. You had
Hi, this is
character
Brent. I have
development.
picked up for Simon. How are you doing today? Last week we had a lovely adventure where we killed a halosaur. We fought some zombies, and it was a lovely adventure. We also triggered a bunch of traps together as a party.
We all look at you.
And together as a party, Catilla grabs Catilla on the shoulder. Together, and we had a lovely time. We also went into the basement and found a bunch of skeletons, which are going to be our skelly friends, who I'm going to punch now. Beyond that, there was also traps, ghost butlers, fireballs, and Smoke being an unrepenting edgelord.
Okay.
Also, Hargers. Oh, we also technically found out that the horse can talk, but we don't know that, which makes it really weird because I already had planned a thing of talking to the horse, not because I knew it could talk, but because that's what my character would do.
Whatever.
And there.
Now, as you guys start coming down the stairs and Bryn haphazardly walks to the end, triggering the skeletons, before you roll initiative, you hear from the far southeast, you hear an explosion and a thud. And that's all I'm going to say. All right, roll initiative.
Well, that can't be a good thing.
Let me get this up. I have to roll for him, which I already did. All right.
Helps if I actually have the right unit on and not the distance tool.
Yay. I'll roll. I
Okay.
rolled well. Yay.
Turn. That's all I'm going to do. All the skeletons will be on one thing. Skeletons! Whoa, that's a lot of shit. Skeletons. Roll D20 plus 2. Normal skeletons will all go on a 4. Damn it. There we go. And the Minotaur skeletons. See that there are 2 of them, and they are different. They are different things. This one go on 13,
It's like a Nornstein and Smo Minotaur.
and this one go on 6. Right, and now we do descending. The first one up is Smoke. Smoke will look at Bren. He will look at his dagger. He'll look back at Bren. And he will try to hide.
Now look at them and look back at me. And look at this here.
Okay, I have his character sheet out. Here we go. Rolls a 14. He thinks he is stealthy. Move. Hop over from down here. He will peek around a corner, skeleton, and try to shoot skeleton. thing. There it is. And he will actually, it's a skeleton. They don't have a lot of ace 8. Nope, he will miss. That will be his wait. He has advantage because they haven't gone in combat yet. This is something he didn't do, so he does hit, and it's an automatic crit. This 7. What's going on here? There.
Yeah, just a 6.
That hurts.
So 6 plus 7, 13 damage. And the skeleton, he blows off a chunk of the shoulder, leaving the skeleton without one arm. Still up. Bren, you're up.
I'm gonna go all the way down here and make friends with this skeleton. And I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
Yay, punch.
You miss.
And bonus action punch.
You hit.
Yay.
You punch him in the chest and knock out some ribs. He's looking a little wobbly, but he's still got his shield and sword ready to strike.
Okay, and then because I can drunken technique, where do I go?
Remember, we're only ruling you can disengage only 10 feet. So,
well,
keep that in
it's
mind.
also whatever movement I had left. But if it's only 10 feet, then fine there.
Okay. Move 10 feet back, leaving the Minotaur to come after you as it's his turn next. And seeing how you have just walked up and punched one of his buddies, blink, blink, he's going to look at you. And he's going to take 2 swipes. Is it 2? I believe it's not. It's 1. Gonna take a swipe with his actually, he moved more than 10 feet. He's gonna try and gore you. With his one giant thing that's left. Let's roll D20 plus. And he crits.
Oh, this is about what should be expected. Yay.
So that's 2d8 plus 4 damage.
Yeah.
So that's 4d8 plus 4 damage. You take
Oof.
20 damage as he rushes up, his bone impales you in the chest, lifts you up, and slams you back down.
That's gonna hurt.
Yes, that's a dead. Are you down?
No, I'm up.
Okay. That's his turn. The other Minotaur skeleton is going to look and not quite understanding because he has shit perception. Not quite understanding what's going on, but just hearing sounds. Going to cautiously move forward. Just a touch. And that's going to be his turn.
Okay,
Steel?
so I'm going to move.
It's about a 10-foot
All
drop
right.
from where you are.
So gonna move 1, 2, 3,
Now it's a 5-foot drop.
4, 5, 6, 7. Action, cast bark skin on self. Bonus action, wild shape.
Okay.
Doggo powers activate.
All right.
There we go. Simon, you're up.
Tell me
Flux, we
you
can't
have
hear
good
you if you're talking.
news.
Can't hear you, dude. Anyone
Nope.
else hear Flux?
Try restarting Discord.
Simone's going to walk
There we
down
go.
the stairs,
Oh, there it goes.
survey his surroundings, and then pull out a small vial of blood, uncork it with his finger, and spray it through the air, and cast Bane.
Oh, fuck.
That Minotaur. That Minotaur. And let's say that little fucker right there. Make your charisma saves.
I hate your pain so very much. All right. What's your DC is 14.
Yeah.
I have a -4 to the charismas.
Make your sexy charisma rolls. And oh,
That's a
Ow.
-2 for that's a -2 for him. That's a -1 for him.
And the last guy makes it.
And that's a 10 for the little guy. None of them make it. It's now the little skeleton's turn.
no,
Oh, what? You're still gonna do something? Okay,
you
sorry.
forget I operate on a shit ton of bonus actions, bud.
That he does.
Okay, what next?
And
What
then
next?
Simone is going to look ravishingly, and everyone's going to get their temporary hit points and a free move for a
Nice.
reaction.
Yeah.
What is the amount? 5?
Bryn, I will warn you. That Minotaur is a large creature, so if you move, you are still in his threat range.
Oh, by the way, you don't take op attacks when you
Okay.
do my move.
I mean, yeah, but I'm going to want to kind of bottleneck here. There's no real good place for me to go right now.
All right. Before
I
Bryn's
guess
next,
since everybody's deciding to go left, I can move over here so we can start focusing on this guy.
remember, you just left your
You son of a bitch.
you left the entire side open. I will allow you to rethink your stupidity.
Super squishy.
Come on, you can take on the
All right, no, Bryn. All right, Diplo. Keep in mind, I am stealing a rule from Crit Roll. As a bonus action, I will allow you to use a healing potion on yourself, of which you have just picked up 4 from the garden.
Yeah, I have 4.
Yes. Keep
Well,
that
I
in
guess I
mind.
could just do 1 punch next round, but okay. That's what I'm doing.
All right, you're not gonna move. You're not gonna move back. You're just gonna stay right there and be a bottleneck. Right. Smoke.
I could move back to let the skeleton through.
Smoke is actually going to move up and right there, so he has an eye on everything. Gary,
Yes,
are
I
you moving
am.
forward.
Mm.
Okay.
No, what are you doing?
All right. Well, is now that your turn, Simone?
Yes.
Okay. Little skeletons are gonna go. Ah! And one's gonna try and hit Carrie. Because you're
They have vocal
right
cords.
fucking there. That's a +4 to hit.
Nope.
It's an 11. I don't think that hits you. Okay. The other 3 are going to pull out their short bows.
3?
Yes. Should be 1. Oh, you guys couldn't see it because it's under the turnover. I'm sorry. I'll put the
Skeletons don't have the muscles for dexterous actions involving bows.
I'm looking at it right here. So,
Oh,
thing's
this
gonna
encounter's gonna
pop.
hurt.
My suspension of disbelief has been completely destroyed.
now, fortunately, they have a +4 for their short bows too. So the one down here, you punched it, so it's gonna try and shoot you. And now I have to roll a D3, D4.
I don't see a short bow on its icon. I only see a sword and shield. I
Yeah,
think you're just
no,
making this up.
let's not be that picky. Also, that misses.
Yeah, I know it
Bryn kicks it.
misses, but we have to see how much it misses because Flux's ego must be sated. It's a 10.
Just have them all shoot at me, please. Please.
No, sorry, some of them can't see you.
What do you mean? I don't think there's anything that could be blocking their sight.
There is a giant thing of double-sized caskets in the middle of that room. which Simone's nose hints at Burgundy in at least 3 of those barrels. Aged Burgundy.
Help. There's a skeleton, and he's not skelly fun.
All right, that's a 23 to hit
Yeah.
you, Carrie. And then the other one
That's a miss.
is a 10. All right, the first one shoots an arrow at you, doing 1d6 plus 4, I believe. No, plus 2. It's a dex-based attack. Get hit for 5 damage as an arrow just pierces one of your wolf ears.
Ow.
All right. Next up, there it is. Next up is Smoke, who is going to use his bonus action. Try to hide. Thinks he's stealthy. Let me take a look at something. Fuck. And he's gonna take a shot at the small skeleton down there. Try to take something out. So his attack rolls. Or need to just leave his sheet up.
Yeah, it's actually quite helpful keeping those up.
14. He barely hits. Doing 7 piercing damage. That one now dead. You then turn, leaving it up to Bryn now.
One second. By the way, Bryn, that damage you took from the Minotaur, it was 5 less because you still have the temporary hit points from our last fight.
Yeah.
Okay, that helps. So I'm at 8.
And I've re-topped you off.
3.
I've re-topped you off with another 5.
So you healed. So you consider you have 9 more right now. Whatever you were after that gore attack.
I have 12 HP and 5 temp.
Okay.
Bryn is not a happy camper, and she's going to punch the.
Any more than
Minotaur.
once, it's time for fun.
Don't
Okay.
worry, I shall protect you, friend. Take it.
Yeah, that's a hit, and that's 7.
And he's weak to it.
Yes, that means he takes double damage.
Yay, Prince. Bryn is useful.
He's not happy. You knock a chunk out of one of his ribs. He's looking at you with his empty cow skull, ready to hit you with that axe.
Oh my god, it's not actually a minotaur. It's a bull skull on top of a giant's body.
Okay. Well, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn. I have to bottleneck. I have to protect my friend.
Okay. Well,
And Smoke.
he tries to hit you.
I knew it this time. You're swinging that giant polearm around like a madman.
Yeah, he tries to hit you with his axe. It doesn't quite work. And he wildly misses, hits one of the no, he doesn't. There's enough room. And he grazes one of the caskets of fine Burgundy brandy is the word I'm looking for. Fine brandy, and doesn't spill, but if he had gotten closer, it would have.
We must preserve the
That's
brandy.
his turn.
It's something we could sell for a fuck ton of money.
The other Minotaur, now seeing the giant
The wolf made of wood.
is going to walk up, and since he has reach, he's gonna swing that axe right at you. Hey. Gonna go for
Mm-mm,
15.
that's a
but
miss.
That's not it yet.
That's a
13.
miss.
He slams it into the stone, almost cutting the arm off his little buddy there, but he misses greatly. And it is
Yep.
Catalina.
And for the guy right in front of me, nom. Okay.
Barely hit, and it doesn't. You don't even have to roll damage.
Mm. One day I'll get something to have to do a strength check to avoid being knocked prone. And with him dead, I can move forward. He's that doesn't count as like an obstacle or anything. Like, okay.
No, you are already in his threat range, so you can move into it further if you wish.
Yep. And I close the distance. And that is.
You are occupying 3 of the enemies.
Yeah, I was asking. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, about with the dead guy there, if I could move forward or not.
Yeah, no, fine. It's a pile of bones. You are crushing bones. All right.
That is my turn.
Okay, Simon.
Simon's going to look at the Minotaur facing down against Bryn and shout over the din of battle. You know, most Minotaurs are bulls, but I don't see any horns on your head. Are you a cow?
He looks very angry at this. Fuck you! You know I have to roll a 10 or higher. Okay. Oh God, Bane is a negative on saving.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
So he
I rolled a 12. -2 for a 10.
4 damage, and he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Unfortunately, he's not weak to psychic
But he still takes
damage,
4.
But you swear you see a little ghost tear go down his bony face.
Even if he's not weak to it, he still takes damage from it, and the main thing is that disadvantage.
Yeah.
Simone, how could you do that?
You made
hurt his
the
feelings.
dead Minotaur cry. I hope you're happy. Right? Anything
just
else
did a
you'd
golf
like to
clap.
do?
No, that's my turn.
Okay. Little Minotaur, the little skeletons. This one's going to move up to here. Gonna load his bow and try to shoot. This one's. You notice this one, its legs aren't quite connected, so it's gonna roll here and sit on its stumps and try to shoot as well.
Growls, come at me, bro. 16 just hits.
Okay.
No, Catilla.
You take another 6 damage as another arrow. This one pierces your rather large side. Doesn't go too deep.
Was I just stung by a bee?
Leads to Smoke, who, again, as per the norm,
Tries to hide and shoot.
he doesn't just try to hide, he definitely hides. But he's doing it on the move. He's moving in front of Simone. He's going to open up his bow on the one attacking Bren this time.
You do care, Smoke. I knew we'd get through to you through friendship's power.
He growls at you and almost switches targets.
She says that after the arrow flies over her head.
All right. And he definitely hits. Doing another 7 damage.
Plus sneak attack.
Oh, crap, you're right. I have to. So it's. I'm just going to roll it manually. Oh. Wrong letter. There it goes. With an added 7 damage. The skeleton's not looking great. Not looking great at all. You see, some pieces are starting to struggle to hold together. As it's Bryn's turn.
I can punch. I can kick. I can roll well this session. As
Okay.
Bryn punches, then spin kicks the Minotaur.
For 20.
5e vulnerabilities does work exactly like I think, right?
Yeah, vulnerability, you just take double damage. Resistance is
damage.
half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Well, you knock the head off the Minotaur as you do just enough damage to take it out. As its
Ow.
axe falls to the ground, bones in a pile. Right, you want to take a move action or anything?
Well, yeah, I can still move, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go help my friend. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get all the way over to here. Yay! Actually, I still have 5 more feet, so I could technically. Yeah, I'm gonna just edge up the skeleton to help Catilla.
Yep.
Bryn just, yep. Thumbs up as the skeleton Minotaur falls behind her.
Okay, it is his turn. Dead. It's his turn. He looks at the wolf. Decides, time to slice. Going to try and hit you. Congratulations, you.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to crit. So that is like your friend found out.
But it's only an axe, not a horn.
Oh, the axe hits harder.
Yeah, it does D12. Yeah.
4d12 plus 4.
I think you're not going to be a wolf soon.
That is 28 damage as he comes down and just slices hard into your back.
Still going.
As he pulls that axe out of your back, there is a gush of blood that hits the ceiling. That, it's your turn.
No, doggy.
And the
That
DC strength check.
Okay. Not gonna like that.
Yes, yeah. Fail.
Yes!
he's
Yes!
prone for
Yeah, that
takes
means we have
roll
advantage on him.
until he gets up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Takes damage.
And that's my
falls
turn.
prone. All right. 1 second as I was trying to set this up. Got to do something. Where is it? It is. As you start to feel confident, you hear, "My allies!" from the southwest again, and this bookcase slides back. And you see,
I knew it was interactable based on the animation style.
this one, not quite. You see his arm, but 4 more skeletons pop out. Far as you can see so far. and you hear another explosion to the south and another thud. Simon, it's your turn.
Wasn't really expecting additional reinforcements.
Yes, that's the point.
One's going to move, so smoke is in the way of any nearby enemies.
As I
smoke
uncover
makes
it,
good
you
cover.
see that there was a hidden exit hidden behind the bookcase. All right, you hide behind smoke. What else you doing?
Is that... If that area was covered, could enemies make their way through?
Covered? No. How are you going to cover it, though?
Someone's going to reach into his bag and pour oil on the ground and light it aflame.
Okay. Well, for this, I'm going to put a red square here. I'm going to say that is what you light on fire, causing an area of flame. For how many rounds is the
2
oil?
rounds.
Okay.
2 rounds are out of flask.
2 rounds. Anything else?
That's going to be Simon's turn.
All right. Now, technically, this was supposed. They don't get around because they just came in. But the 2 down here, seeing the wolf is wounded, and one of them seeing Bryn right in front of, is going to switch to his longsword. The other is still going to stick with their bow. Fortunately, doesn't matter because they're the same no matter what. So for the longsword is a 14. The bow
That
is a
just
16.
hits.
That
How about you,
misses.
Bryn?
Miss. Missy miss.
Hey. Take an additional 4 damage as another arrow. This time piercing your side. And while the first one didn't hurt as much because the rest of the damage is starting to catch up to you. All right. It'll be their turn. Smoke, seeing this, is going to actually move. Let me see. Let me measure something. No, he couldn't see. If going to move to the stairs here, he's going to shoot his arrows, lining them up with the fire. Try and set them on fire as they go hit the skeleton. Smoke, come here. First, you're going to roll to attack. See if you even hit. Hit. No, I'm going to make you do a dex check. He manages just barely to have the arrow smack the oil and still hit. So I'm going to let the arrow do a little bit additional damage. Just a touch.
So he skipped the arrow off the flame.
So this is going to be a +1 fire damage to his roll. Right. Oh, it's right there. He didn't crit, so he doesn't get the extra 5. So that's 6 plus his dex,
Which is 5.
Well,
The
okay,
2 is the extra.
Yeah. All right. So that's 11 damage plus 1 fire, which is just enough to take out the archer that he was aiming for. But the rest are still in the hallway. With that, Bryn, you're up.
Yay! I'm gonna help my friend.
Well, Bryn, I want to tell you something. You have no idea that more skeletons are coming in. You are
yeah,
directly
that's why
opposite
I'm.
of that.
That's why I'm punching the Minotaur
Yeah, okay.
because it's down on the ground. So, punch. Punch.
You jumped on a table to do this, for the record. Okay.
Yes, I'm a martial artist. That makes sense.
All right, your first one misses.
It's with
Oh,
advantage.
it hits. I have advantage.
Why does he have
Prone.
advantage?
Prone.
Oh, correct. All right,
Yeah. And I'm
22
spending,
and a 19.
and I'm spending a key point to get a third punch. To just
Okay.
really drag it home.
You are so lucky. You had the advantage.
Yes. Okay, 7 and 5. Yay! 32 damage.
You smacked the living shit out of the skeleton on the ground, nearly decapitating it, putting large cracks in its one-horned skull, but still moving. Barely, but still moving.
Well, that's fine.
Okay,
Bye.
is that your turn?
Yeah, that's Bryn's turn.
Dead, not dead. Stands up. Still focused on the wolf right now.
Uh-oh.
It's larger, and it's what it's been attacking. Not the most intelligent of creatures.
Is the skeleton. Miss.
13 minus a d4, so it misses. And unfortunately, Simon has taken no damage, so I can't make him do a con save. Yeah, no, 11, definitely. He tries to hit that same spot, but you aware of it this time, just kind of slink to one side as it smacks into the stone, taking a rather large groove out of it.
Whew.
It's its turn.
Yep.
Catalina, you're up.
And nom. Puppy wants bones.
Okay. You get
Another strength check.
No. You nom and rip out his spinal cord, causing the rest of him to just fall into a heap. The other big skeleton on.
Whew.
Turn.
Let me just do a little quick math. 1, 2, 3. Well, I can do that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm right in front of that one there.
Okay. Simon, you're up.
Simon's going to move over. This is good and all, but we've got other skeletons coming in from the other side. Be ready.
Got
You hear
it.
like a huff.
We took care of the big ones.
And he's gonna push his back against the. You know what? Yeah, hold on.
Am I not getting praise for the taking?
Only one of them had a bow out at the time, and that was that one. The other ones don't seem to have bows. I will say that much.
Instead, they launched their ribs like projectiles.
No, the three blue ones seem to have swords in their hands. You can barely make out the green one, and it seems to have a dagger in its mouth.
Simon's gonna move back, get a running jump, and then bash and then shoulder charge the wine barrel, trying to knock this one over here.
Okay. You smack into the 150-gallon casket, hoping that your feeble strength will
You might roll
move it. Give me a strength check. And you swear to God your shoulder is gone. You don't. Your entire arm is numb.
Steven, no! His entire, he just
Your
collapses to the
entire
ground.
arm is numb as can be. I'm gonna make you take a D6 bludgeoning damage to yourself because that was incredibly stupid.
No.
You
Obviously,
take 5 bludgeoning damage as you swear you've broken your shoulder. You swear it's broken, but you don't know fully because you can't feel anything past it.
I just like the image that Simon's lying on the ground and he's just hearing "Simon, no," as he's dizzily sitting
No,
there.
Simon's still up, but he can't use one of his hands right for a quick second. Okay. Is that your
Hey, he took
turn?
damage. That's a concentration save.
Oh yeah, I need you to roll one. All you got to do is
That
roll.
was a joke.
Bane drops.
Bane drops. Oh wait, hold on. Looks like
Everyone
everyone
who
who Bane
had
was on is
Bane
dead.
was dead. So it doesn't really matter. All right. I thought you could switch Bane if the target dies.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. All right. Well, Simon has hurt his arm, and he's almost stunned, but not quite. I'm not gonna make him be stunned for that. Is that your turn?
Simon is
Go
going
again.
to point to Smoke and say, "Make sure your next shot kills Smoke." And he's going to give Smoke Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. All right.
That's my turn.
All right.
Do you consider my act there an action?
Yes. You.
Okay.
Yeah. No. You put all your force into trying to knock those down. Which, be happy it didn't, because that was gonna be like 100. That was gonna be really strong burgundy. That would have been an explosion if it had fucking cracked open or something.
Hold on.
Did you not realize you were fucking almost
No,
trying?
see, I looked up on if wine explodes, but I didn't know what we were going with. If we're going with wine explodes, we've opened a whole new avenue of instructions with
That's
these.
not wine in front of you. That's brandy.
Said Burgundy.
Oh, sorry, brandy. I meant brandy. Brandy.
Okay, that's
The
completely
wine.
different.
Your nose.
I was
sensed
lied to. Hold on, then.
Your
You told
nose
me it's
sensed
Burgundy.
that. Your nose sensed that there's some nice red wine right there, and down here you're not quite sure, but you could swear it smells like whiskey. But all 6 of these are brandy.
See, that's a completely different situation. You lied to me. You
Let's
said
be
Burgundy.
fair. Let's be fair here. At the end of the day, Bryn is going to punch open one of them and drink from it, keg style.
I wasn't thinking straight. You had blown my mind open by wondering how there's a Burgundy wine in a land that has no region of Burgundy.
Well,
Sorry.
clearly there is a Burgundy.
I will
Wait,
allow you.
is there a bourbon region? Where does bourbon come from?
It comes from Kentucky.
I will allow you to redo that part of your turn if you want. But honestly, it was too funny, and I want you to keep it.
Keep it.
Okay.
The fire has to last until the end of my turn next turn.
Okay.
There we go.
The skeletons, this one down here, was hoping to have flanking on the monk. Now doesn't. This one moves up. And one swings for the wolf. One swings for the monk. Monk first. 10.
Jumps over
Wolf.
the sword.
Ow.
17. These swords keep hitting you. You've got to stop letting them hit you. For another 3 damage.
Whew.
As its rusty sword carves into your flesh, but not very deep. The rest of them, being skeletons, aren't exactly afraid of fire and start to move up. This one into it. This one moving here. And as you see another one in a blue shirt with a sword crawling there. The last one just barely getting in. You notice it has no backside at all. It is crawling on its hands. The one that's in the fire takes 1d4 plus, I'm going to say
5 damage.
Oh, so 5, just straight 5 damage.
Straight 5.
It's on fire. And he's going to take a swing at you, Simon. 3 plus 4. He swings for 17.
That hits.
Okay. As he's on fire and can't really see that well, it's just going to do a flat d6. He does 5. He catches you in the arm. But fortunately for you, it's more of a bludgeoning weapon than a sharp weapon. As you notice, the blade is almost completely rusted.
Haha, fuck you, I can't feel anything in that arm already.
And you just kind of, something hit. Next round, when this fight is over, it's going to be a mighty fine sting. But right now, it's just like, huh.
I feel like Simon's arm just snapped at an odd angle when the skeleton hit. And it's like, ha!
And that's going to be their turn.
It's going to be a bitch to learn how to play with this arm again.
From below, again, you hear the sounds of more magical combat. You hear another small explosion, and you hear a wail, and another thud.
Wait, whales in a landlocked region like this?
A wail, as in a banshee wail.
Oh.
Smoke, blow up the wall.
And then there's Smoke, seeing Simon's hurt, going to laugh a bit, but he's going to move forward.
Oh, so Simon are getting along and laughing together happily.
He's going to pull out his rapier. He's going to try and pierce through the skull of the one that's on fire.
I'm really happy for those two, Catalan. I'm glad that they're getting along, you know?
It's a fucking skeleton, Smoke. What are you going to do? Stab its bones?
He hits, and he kills it.
You got
Never
lucky.
mind.
Got lucky this time.
With that one's dead. The bones falling into the fire, blocking the way till the end of Simon's next turn. It is now officially not only fire, there's enough refuse from that skeleton to block the way. It is now Bryn. You're up. You've got 2 skeletons.
I'm going to step here, and I'm going to advantage swing on the one that I have. So she jumps off the table, punching the one on the back of the head.
I want you to do an acrobatics check, because you're trying to do a backflip into that spot. It's not going to be a high check, because you're a monk. Yeah, you pass. You do a backflip off the table, and you land right there, ready to punch the skeleton that you are now wedged between you and Camille.
Punch.
Catilla.
What?
Like, think Attila the Hun?
That is just enough, and you knock its skull off.
And then, with her second action, she's going to spin into the other one. Excuse me.
That hits.
And
it's still up.
Catilla.
You knock an entire side of the rib cage out, but it's still up, moving, ready to strike.
Catilla, you go help the others. I got this last one. I'll meet up with you.
Okay. For the record, even though these spaces are only 5 feet, you can squeeze through them. That is the rule for it. And with that, Bryn, is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Dead. Castile, you're up.
Catilla, we could use some help up here.
Catilla.
I think you got it from there. So, 1, 2. Can I squeeze through here? I think I can.
Yes.
We could use some help up here. Up here! Up!
No,
Up here!
There.
no. Let Castilla does what Castilla wants. I'm ruling to go down and squeeze through.
Let's see how this works. Because I don't fucking know she's there.
And I kind of pop out right here and go for the one that's right in front of me.
Okay. Okay, I will.
Ugh.
You miss. You snap. It just snaps back with its empty, with its jaw mocking you.
Yeah, that's my
Your
turn.
Simon, the
See,
feelings.
Simon is going to dip his crossbow.
Wait. The feeling starts to come back to your arm by now, and it feels tingly.
Oh, yeah, no, it hurts
There's
like
a
a bitch.
burning sensation under the tingle. Your know is coming very soon.
Yeah, no, it hurts like a bitch. But it's good, because if this goes bad, we're all gonna hurt like a bitch. He's gonna dip his crossbow bolt in the fire
Okay.
and at the barrels.
No.
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 Don't let it be said Simon Valois Capet does not know how to use a fine spirit and shoot directly at the
Yes.
barrels.
Yes.
You are destroying whiskey. You are destroying 100 to 200-year-old whiskey.
That's probably shit anyways.
Okay. I'm going to make this be a high AC to not only hit the wood, but pierce it
It's a
enough.
fucking giant barrel from a crossbow bolt.
You have to pierce with the fire intact and not immediately go out by the alcohol. Because that can happen when it comes to this.
Booze will put it out. It's the fumes of the booze that will catch flame.
Yes. So you pierce it. Your arrow goes out, but a sprinkle sprays out.
All over the fire and you.
Fortunately for you, it's with the force of a geyser and in a cone shape. So
you.
suddenly, this one and this one are swept back and smacked against the wine cask for 2d8 damage. As you just see a ton of whiskey hit the ground, and fortunately for you, put out the fire before it explodes.
I mean, I wanted the explosion. You said sounds from the south. I was going to blow up the fucking wall.
But you notice, as the casket does this one is hollow. As the force of this one blasted both of these and blasted them to the wall. This one is now over here, and this one smacks
Ow.
you in the face, Kiri.
Uh-oh.
Pushing you back, but not doing
Whew.
damage.
As the fire goes out and I see the giant wolf on the other side of the fire, I go, shit. I'm glad to see you there. This was my plan all along. Go attack them.
He can't. There's a empty cask in the way. He's gonna have to move it on his turn. But fortunately, you do see a little bit of light come out from a hidden passageway that was behind those 3 barrels. You're right there right now. This is difficult terrain. This square right here. Like,
And 6 new scale of friends.
this
come
square
out.
right here is difficult terrain because there's a barrel. Those 2, I never got to roll the damage, took 2d8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage. So they're probably dead. You did, in fact, kill 2, hopefully. Unless I roll really shit.
They just slam into the wall and explode.
Would have been better with the explosion.
One of them, this one, is fucking gone. He didn't have anything to really stop him. This one is wedged between the barrels right now, but barely alive. Oh, undead.
He's barely moving.
This one is just sort of confused. It has the best you can see. It's got a confused expression on its face. right. Is that your turn?
It's Simon's turn.
Okay. It's only one. This one you see struggle. Takes all his strength to just pop out right there. This one, seeing the giant wolf, goes down and starts gnawing at the barrel, hoping to get to the wolf, but can't yet.
Oh no,
Smoke's turn.
Katala, it's going to get to you. I have to
Smoke
defend you.
moves over once, and dumbfounded by all this, and as the ground is a little bit slippery and now it's starting to get sticky, just gonna do a flat roll with his bow.
Booze isn't sticky.
Okay. There we go. Short bow.
They must have
16
added
hits.
sugar or molasses.
Plus 2d6. Yeah, no, it's gone. It's gone. There's only one skeleton. This one right here. And it's barely holding on. With that, you hear a final blast and a final thud. And it's not gone completely quiet, but there's not nearly the same sound of battle down the passage that you thought there was. All right, Bren, you're up.
Woo! Okay,
Actually, there's two
well,
skeletons left. That's right. There's one up here too.
Punch him in the dick. In the skeleton dick.
You hit. You got to do his roll of 2 or heart. Yeah, no, it's dead.
I punch his hips out. And then I can move.
You have no idea where the last enemy is, but you just know there's something over there.
I'm just going to... Hi, Simon. How are you?
You know, I've been doing better. Not as pissed off as last night, but my arm hurts like a bitch.
Do you want to rest up or do you want a potion?
I'm good.
Okay. And that will be my turn.
Dead. Still,
All right.
you're up. I'm gonna need, if you want to get past that barrel, I'm gonna need a strength check out of you.
Okay.
With your wolf strength. You try, push it, but for some reason, maybe it's because it's soaked in fucking whiskey. Maybe it's because it's wedged just right. It just rolls instead of you pushing it out of the way. Maybe it's because your wolf paws just can't grip it. But
Nope, since I
that's
can't
your
do that,
action.
I'm going to move around. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and nom.
You can't.
Oh, right, I
Your
did.
action's gotta
Shit.
move the board. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of did a massive oversight.
Simon, you're up. All your allies are around you. There's only one left. And you know it's hurting. What are you going to do?
I mean, there's not really much Simon can do here.
Shoot it, boat.
Mock it to death. Shoot it. You have options.
And he probably can't even see it through the giant wolf.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Allies do not
No,
block.
I think he said that the...
And from let me look. From your angle? No, actually, you could see it just fine. It's right there in front of your wolf friend.
Not your vicious mockery yet.
Okay. Fuck. No, that's... Here we go.
Is that enough to kill it?
If it hits, probably.
It makes it then.
D20, -4. Come on.
You need to roll an 18.
One save against this shit.
He did make it.
Oh, he made it.
He makes it. Or you try to mock it, but some reason maybe your arm that's starting to hurt like a bitch. You don't quite bring the mad slams like you
No
thought
habla
you should.
inglés, señor.
And that's your turn.
Yes.
Hey, the final skeleton gonna look at the giant wolf
Will it do it?
and do what it can and tries to hit it.
That is a
15.
miss.
It tries to swing at you, but its arms, whatever is keeping it together seem to be waning, and it just can't seem to swing with any force. It kind of smacks you, but it doesn't do anything. It's like a bop on the nose.
Okay.
That's its turn. Smoke's up. Smoke sees it. Try to shoot it. Blah, blah, blah. He hits.
Excuse me.
And it's dead. With that, you hear arguing. I would want perception checks for anyone who wants
Sure.
to make out word.
And
Do
Just-
I make out words with a
I
passive?
just remember,
15?
I get advantage.
No, I need active for this.
Well, it doesn't matter.
But you can smell good right now. Does that help your hearing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it
Where's-
smells like
where's
booze in
smoke?
here.
There it is. So, Smoke and Bryn here. I have kept this mansion for 300 years. I'm not gonna let your little ragtag goblin filth take it from me. I am the master here. And with that, you guys move towards it,
Mm-hmm.
where you're hearing the sound.
Oh, there were no goblins in the mansion, Bryn. Bryn, you're wrong about where the goblins.
So it was like
are
coming from down here, right?
Bryn. There aren't any goblins
you-
in here,
See
Bryn.
the passage. There's just see
Let's hurry
All
on.
right, hurry on.
Oh no! Let's hurry on to handle the goblins that were in the mansion,
bef-
guys.
as you're moving towards.
Hang on. Two
All right,
quick questions.
as you move, you see that there's a open wall and what was a hidden passage. You also see what appears to be a mechanical device that was blasted apart that would have moved this barrel to over here, uncovering the passage. Now just ripped apart, and the hole is just wide open. And as you look down, you see appears to be a ritual chamber. Does anyone step in?
I can.
Oh, Bryn, there's not any evil things going on at the mansion. It's not evil.
Smoke will move here because he's used to it, and move just a touch forward.
I'm as far as forward as I can go.
Now you can squeeze through. Again, it's 5 feet, so you can squeeze if you need to. If you want to rush ahead of Smoke.
Not gonna rush ahead just yet.
All right. You uncover a room where appears to be a goblin mage and a spirit with 2 orcs. No, I mean not orcs. 2 ogres and a single goblin dead on the ground. The goblin seems to have a wand in his hand charged up, and the ghost has a single bolt. The goblin is bleeding profusely, about to die, and the ghost, he has chunks of his essence missing. You also see various tools and flasks all around the ground, especially around the goblin mage. And just as you start to enter, you see them both shoot it out. The ghost disappears. All right, I've got to be on GM.
Yeah.
The ghost disappears. And a puff. Oh,
Nope.
You don't see him. Sorry. Token layer. Sorry. They were supposed to be on token layer. The ghost and the goblin both fire at each other. And one final blast, they both go down. Goblin, dead. Ghost, dissipate. And as the ghost dissipates, you feel the negative energy, the necromantic energy, all that just like a wave wash from him and all around you. It's quiet.
Can I
Silent.
smell the evil?
Do you guys move forward? What do you do? There's a smell of decay and it smells like a mildewed, filthy cave.
Okay. So the standard smells of rot, decay, and all that stuff.
Yes. But in there lies some ogres and 2 goblins, now dead. One seems a yellow-dressed goblin who you know of as a goblin mage. Well feared, for goblins typically don't know magic. These are seemingly the leaders of most of the hordes. What do you do?
Oh, I wouldn't apologize to Bryn after she called it and was right.
Double tap. Double tap. Double tap. Double tap.
Fair enough.
They are all dead. You take out your sword and you just stab them each through.
That was what I was gonna do.
As you guys start to make it down, you see that her visor Harris was standing on the stairs the whole battle. He was supposed to be. He looks. He walks forward. Interesting. What have you uncovered?
Pull out my ink bottle, and I pull out my ink bottle and spray ink all over this sigil to disrupt it.
Oh, it's no longer powered. That's where the necromantic energy came from.
Okay.
That was what was keeping. Give me an Arcana check.
Jesus fucking Christ! My skill rolls this week.
You know this is where the energy from, but you don't recognize any of the symbols. You dump your oil on it anyway, your ink on it anyways, just because whatever. There's no energy left in it, but it's gone.
Neo.
And as you walk down, you see more of a cave. More of a cave system down here.
Okay. I assume he tells us that? Like, hey, more cave.
It's up to him. Me.
There's more cave
Okay.
down here.
My question can come later.
You also see there's a lever. I didn't find a good lever token. There's a lever right here that you suspect controlled the bookcase.
I'm going to take the Goblin Mage's staff.
You're searching the body?
Yes.
You find a stick of magic missile, which is exactly like a wand of magic missile, except the range, if you go, I'm putting it in the RP general, exactly like a wand of magic missile, but if you surmise from it, and because it's a common tool of a mage, can't hear you right now, Diplo. A common tool of the goblin mages that you are taught about, while it is encouraged to collect them and use them if needed, you are reminded that they give me a flat intelligence. Just flat intelligence. This is something you would have been taught in class. It's not a high DC at all. Give me that, Simon. Yeah, no, you remember. You were taught that while these work like a wand of magic missile, they are crudely made. If you run out of charges, there is a much greater chance it will explode and cause the user damage. In other words, instead of having, if you roll a 1, if you roll a 5 or lower, once it's if you use up all the charges, it will explode and deal damage to you. On his body, you also see 2 intact healing pots and 4 empty flasks, 2 broken, 2 intact at his feet, empty with traces of healing potion in them.
Suppose you're gonna take them, Simon? Actually, I can't talk.
You seem like you want to say something to me, Wolf.
Pets
gonna
the
grab
wolf
it
on
from
the
you,
head.
You said,
Carry
you said two.
Yeah, he said 2 healing
potions?
potions.
2 healing potions and a stick of magic missile.
I'm gonna
which I've
grab
already-
the stick and I'm gonna chug both healing potions. I'm gonna chug one healing potion.
Okay. They're standard. You get the standard healing.
much is
Kiri, give me a perception check.
That was what I was planning on doing. Like, maybe listen to or sniff at something.
With advantage.
I always have
this is your
advantage.
nose. Okay.
How much is standard healing?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Yes, 2d4 plus 2. There's nothing else in this cave. You smell rot. You smell bones. You smell something. You paint. You don't know where it's coming from, but you smell paint. But there's nothing living.
The smell of paint, does it smell like it's coming strong from, like, this direction, or...
Yes, it's coming from that cave. That's exactly where the rot is coming from.
I'm gonna try and, like, signal to the guys, like pointing my head and, like, pointing paw forward. You know what, I'll just get out of wild shape and just say, there's something there. It smells like paint.
Okay. Remove your wild shape token and put your other token down here.
Okay. It smells like there's something rotting down there.
As you look, there's an earthen cave. It's crudely dug out, but you know that you knew that this basement was too small for the mansion, and this is where the rest of it is. It's like someone dug through the foundation to make this.
Yeah. There's also like
There's
also like the smell of paint down here. So at the very least, something recent has been down here. At least enough for the smell of paint to still be there.
You all see Harris lean over the now covered sigil and the remains of the ghost, and he casts a couple of spells. He doesn't really say anything. He just shrugs and moves back towards the wall.
So I think there might be more basement further down this hallway. So I think we should continue on.
All right. Anybody moving forward? You want an insight to Harris?
Yeah.
Okay. Harris was detecting the nature of the necromantic sigil and trying to summon the ghost to answer some questions. The ghost refused, and he must have and you don't know exactly what he learned, but whatever it was, he decided it wasn't really worth mentioning.
So
Smoke is starting to move forward. As Smoke does.
boy, it'd be really bad if our instructor was having the ability to investigate things and then wasn't informing us of details.
He's an
Even if he
observer.
didn't think they were necessarily important.
He's an observer. He's not.
Oh,
there
I
to
know.
tell
She's referring to him as an instructor.
Oh, you're saying this out loud?
Yeah, Bryn is literally saying this to the
He
others.
says, if you ask, I will tell you. Keep in mind that will be affected on how you are judged.
Not an instructor, Bryn. He's a civilian who keeps following us into horrible battle.
I mean, I would like to point
All
out
right.
that none of us have that capability. So
From
asking
here-
you is obtaining new information. So if it negatively affects us, that would be poor on your part as an observer. It
From
would
here
show
you
that
see
you're
Okay.
Bryn's smart mouthing at him about the fact that if he poorly designs us, then that shows that he's a poor instructor or observer.
Well, he says the one who keeps disarming all the traps with their face.
It's working, isn't it?
Down here, Smoke sees piles and piles of bones. Clearly components from where all the undead came from. And here, he sees a shiny gold. He reaches back and says, he looks back and says, "There's bones and treasure," and then goes
Alright.
quiet.
Let's go for it.
Anybody move forward? He's gonna do a quick perception. He's gonna do a quick check. Which I'm gonna do behind the
Yeah, that
GM
was slash
thing.
GR, I think.
Nope. He says there doesn't appear to be any traps. And he starts to walk forward slowly. What are the rest of you gonna do?
I'm gonna follow, though technically I'm ahead of him right now, I guess.
Yes, you are.
Trap checking, I think's like, yeah. I'll trust his judgment that he does
Yeah,
that. There's
you
probably not a trap. I'll move here.
Keep moving. Nope, nothing happens.
Moving here.
Nothing happens.
Do.
Mm-hmm.
Look here, like
You see a massive pile of gold. It's huge. You see a few silver coins, some copper, but mainly, if you had to guesstimate, you'd say 3,000 pieces of gold. 3,135 pieces of gold.
suspicion paranoid. I'm gonna cast detect magic on the coins, just to determine like if there's like.
There's no magic in the pile.
Okay, so they exist. It's not an illusion.
Are you gonna pick one up?
Yes, I'm going to. Initially, I'm going to take my spear and just try and like poke it initially.
Give me a perception check first. As you pick up one of the gold coins.
Catilla, no. Oh my.
Now roll me a D3.
Just flat D3.
Yeah, roll me a 1D3.
That's either gonna be.
You pick it up. You bring it to your nose. You sniff it. You smell paint off of this one.
Okay. Does the paint
pick up
appear to
another?
be wet?
No, it is old, dry.
I'm going to try and look at another coin, just random.
Okay, give me no perception. Just give me another D3. This one's real. There's no paint from the smell. You pick up a real coin. It seems to be mixed in with a coin that has paint on it. They seem to be about the same weight. The painted one seems to be a little bit lighter. What do you do?
I'm going to inform them. So, guys, at Smoke, the treasure we found, some of the coins are fake. They're just covered in paint. But a little bit lighter, but the paint smell is still at least present, so you can at least detect that. The rest, best I can tell, they're real.
Okay. He picks up a coin. Rolls a D3. Which I'm going to give him advantage on, because you've told him about the smell. He picks up a fake coin. Looks at it. Pulls out. What does he have? Give me a second with Smoke. Pulls out his dagger, and he starts digging into it. And it cracks. And he looks at it and hands it to you.
What do I see?
You see some very nicely carved square stone. Same shape as most of your country's coins. Intricately carved to look like a coin, but just with a thick coating of paint. Gold paint. And I want you to make a quick memory check So a quick, let's go with
All right,
wisdom.
straight wisdom.
Yeah, straight wisdom check.
Huh.
Oh, you remember something that one of your companions told you about in the office. One of the papers said something about forgery or necromancy. I think you
Oh.
found
Well, we
both
can
in this
confirm
room.
both forgery and necromancy. So so might as well add that to our notes.
Do you guys look through the coins
I
for
think
the
we should
real
just
ones?
take the whole lot and try to figure out which is real, which is fake.
Okay. That would be too much for any one
Okay.
of you. Would you guys... All right,
It's only
I'm going to give this
3,000
option
coins,
because I want
yes?
to move
Okay,
along a little
spend
bit.
5
You guys
minutes.
like to take your long rest down here, and I will allow you guys to sort through the coins as the one minor action during your long
Yes.
rest. What about you, Simon?
No, I'm not so sold on taking a good night's sleep in a cave, in a necromancer's cave filled with dead bodies and dead goblins with undead all around. But maybe that's just me.
Well,
Damn it, that's a good argument.
I mean,
give
gold
me a
is
religion check. You don't have to
gold
be
is
trained in
gold.
for this one. Give me a religion check.
Gold is gold, Steven.
The necromantic energies are gone.
Doesn't make it any less creepy.
True.
Okay. But something does happen. As you... Where is he? No, I must have him. As you guys are talking, you hear someone go, "My word! What happened down here? What is this? Why? What happened to the whiskey? Oh, that was aged 150 years. What is this gash in the bourbon? What happened? Where are all these bones?
Ghost friend, don't
Master!
worry.
Master, what is going on down here? What is all this bones? What is going on? Right where you are, you see a lever that is on the wall to your left. You pull it?
No.
Okay. What's going? Where's the lever? Where's the lever?
Let's just consider. Oh shit! Let's just consider this a ingrained nature of a kid who got tattled on by servants before.
Hello. Hi,
What
ghost
is
friend.
what is going on?
Hi, ghost friend.
What happened down here? Where's the master? What's all these bones?
So the master's ghost has moved on.
What? But he
yes.
never paid me.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We have your pay.
What?
Yes. Follow me
Okay.
in here.
I will follow you, sir. He goes around. What is this? What was the master doing?
We'll talk about that later, okay?
What?
Don't worry about it. She's patting him on
As
the
best
shoulder.
you can.
So we
He
found
looks at you, Simon, and goes, "Sir, what happened down here? You seem to be the most polite one."
Bryn's being polite.
Well, it seems your master has been dead for quite a while, so. But
I think he knew that.
But he was keeping us all alive.
Seems these goblins invaded this mansion, and your master was using the men outside to defend against them. And in his last moments, him and the goblin mage killed each other.
But
Yeah.
what about
pretty much.
me?
I'm going to do a religion check to figure out what's going to happen to him.
Even with that low roll, you know that this is a bound spirit. Whatever the master did when this head butler died, his spirit is bound to this mansion.
It seems to be bound here, even without the master powering everything.
But I have good news. So the master was yelling at the goblin, but we found a paper mentioning that your payment was down here. Now I have good news and bad
I
news.
want a deception check from you right now. This is a prideful butler. He's not going to take no near fiddle faddle.
I mean,
Don't give me the roll. The master left everything to me.
Well, no, he left it to me, but he left
That's
it.
definitely
Now,
deception.
now you have told a second, even much higher
No,
DC
no, no.
lie.
Okay, Neo, you took my first line, not as. I was trying to say that the gold, all the fake gold, was his payment.
So, like, you're reading the paper?
That's still a lie. So now tell me your second bigger lie that you've been made the master of the mansion. This is
Do
going to
I
be a
have
high
inspiration
DC.
for this?
You
It's
don't have
very
a
in character.
deed. You have just your own word. You do not get inspiration for that.
No, inspiration is because this is very in character for Brit.
Yes, it is. All right, give me your roll. Come on. No, sir.
18
I
not
may have
enough?
been. I may have not been
Oh,
down here in a while. Yes, this is an extraordinary lie. I may not have been down here in a while, but I am most certainly, sir, the master did not give his mansion to someone who's just been here for a single day. Now, where is this payment?
follow me. Follow me. I'm trying to show you. Even if you don't believe me, I guess I'll just have to let you go after today. Thank you for your service.
And with I'm going to speed things up. Bryn explains that the real gold in there is his pay, and the ghost proceeds to start sorting through at marvelous speed. Whatever this ghost was in its life, it seems to have had some magical talent as a mage hand pops up and helps him sort through it. And he quickly separates them. And there's only 135 real gold coins in the pile. 204 silver and 100 copper.
As I said,
Rest is painted fake gold.
yes, as I said, it's bad news in some ways. I'm sorry.
All right. That he goes,
Butler,
yes, yes, sir.
that's painted gold over there. Do you have any idea why it would be here?
No, everything's been fine. We have the finest whiskey, bourbons, and wines down here. If we were in financial trouble, why we could sell? We have lands. We have acres of land all around here.
Is the butler telling the truth?
Give me an Oh, you did an insight?
Um,
As far as he knows, he is telling the truth. But you take it from you know from your history that no, the only thing around here was the mansion. No, that land's been public for quite some time. The only reason the mansion was never torn down like you were told
For
is
how
every
long?
once in a while.
How long
Oh
has
yeah,
this land been public?
at least 150 years. The only reason why the mansion was never torn down is every once in a while someone would noble would pop up and say they were interested in the land and would look into it just long enough to prevent the essentially tearing down of the mansion and then either disappear mysteriously or never mention it again.
Butler, when did you die?
Oh, sir, it's been at least 200 years. I've been I've been serving this manor. I died when I was 52. So 148 years?
This land has been public for at least 150 years, Butler.
But the master said the land was ours. The mansion would never fall.
I mean, he is correct there. The mansion has not fallen. But this land has been public. No one has had any claim on it for 150 years. The only reason it hasn't been taken over by someone else is because it's essentially been tied up in bureaucracy.
The
Also, the
master
people
said
that keep trying to buy it die or vanish.
the
Yes,
master
yes,
the
I
master would
imagine.
routinely bring in other people from the noble houses who who would give gifts of themselves and of money to keep the mansion and the lands in our holdings.
Walk,
Oh, there's the
walk,
vanished
walk,
people went.
walk.
What?
Any house sigils are on any of these skeletons?
There's a couple.
These
You see
people, Butler?
several. You see several noble house on the armor. Different noble houses. Some long gone. Some fairly recent. You see this one here with missing its legs. It's actually one you recognize. It's one of the noble family. You're not too familiar, but they would always come to your family's balls.
Belmonts. Yes, Butler. These
He
I believe
floats up.
these are the nobles that you were speaking of. These undead
But
nobles.
the master dabbled in You don't. He would never. He would. And you see him kind of float off,
So, Butler, well,
lost
if
in
you would
thought.
never, how did we have the sigils of House Albon here? House Ehrenberg there, House Almont, House Damas.
Seaman, he's gone.
No, he stops. He's,
Are
why
you
would
saying your master had all of these men come over and what, just died on the premises?
Uh,
Just
why? If things were this bad, we could have. And he gets
nobility
very
clings to
sad
nobility, Butler.
as he starts to dawn on the butler that his great noble house fell a long time ago. That his master, the man he swore his loyalty to, in life and death, has been perverting the laws of nature and causing harm to the nation. You see his brow furl. He goes, and he tries to spit, and he spits a little ectoplasm. Curse this master! Curse the house of Redwood! Curse them! How dare they damage this great nation? And
Indeed.
he floats up back to his duties, unless anyone tries to stop him.
I Catullus feels sad for him, but he's a ghost. She can't exactly do much for him.
Hug
He's a
him.
bound spirit. He is stuck in this household. He swore an oath to his master and to the house. And he's been there. And he will be here until someone either tears the house down or comes back to fix up the mansion. And you see him pop back upstairs, where you assume he goes back to cleaning.
I feel bad for him, but
He left the gold, by the way. There's a pile of coins down there, and you left Smoke near it. And he starts to pick up some of the coins.
She slaps the cat back that no.
No, you're too far away. You don't see it. And he pockets about 30 gold before you see it and slaps 31 out of his hand.
God dang it, Smoke.
Fine.
No more.
The ghost can have the coins. And he walks off up. He also walks off up to upstairs. You're left in a room with Harris, a puddle of ectoplasm, goblins and ogres all over the ground. That's just an quicker way outside.
Okay.
You see a door that has been flung open, and it leads to outside the mansion.
All right, that's good to know. And just out of curiosity, like the books on the shelf, they look like in decent condition or kind of like rot away?
They're all fake. They're all fake. They're all fake books that are screwed into the bookcase.
Okay.
They're painted with exciting titles, but they're painted with very dull titles, so no one would ever pick them up.
And quick question, on the cask, like in front of me, is there like a spigot?
No, there is a stopper, and there is writing on it what language
I speak Common, Druidic, Halfling, Elven, and Goblin.
Well, lucky for you, it's an Elven, It has a date, and the date is about 150 years on each one of these 6. It says tree leaf bourbon, which you like to do a
Yes.
history check?
Is that a good brand or is that the cheap stuff?
It's a brand that's gone. The people who made the noble house who made Tree Leaf has disappeared from making it, as far as you know.
Because it was shit wine.
With that knowledge, could I tell if it was like a good wine or not really?
No one you know has ever tasted Tree Leaf bourbon. If you're looking through up here, you see casks full of red wine, which would have long
Become vinegar.
since spoiled. Yes.
Yay!
Down here was whiskey, but there was only one of them. The other 2 were fake, and that one is spilled all over the floor. Down here would be various meads. Your more common
Okay, so
liquors.
nothing extraordinary.
Oh, those.
No,
Oh,
the
those
only
meads
extraordinary
here.
is the one in the center, as far as you know.
Okay, just
Plus
okay.
I'd be-
Just looking at this thing, how much do I think it weighs?
Too much for you to pick up.
Possible money there. Yep.
Well, you can write it in
I'm
your
going to add
report.
that in. It was called tree leaf wine.
Tree Leaf bourbon.
Does it have a?
I asked
spigot?
that. It's just a stopper and a bunghole.
Damn.
You could
I'm
try
not
to take
risking
the
that.
stopper out, but you know for a fact in that position it would spray out way
I'm
too
not
fast.
risking that. I saw what happened with the other cask.
Bryn's
Alright.
just looking at this cask, just
Alright,
Simon's going to reach over, has
Harris
to stand here. He's going to put his rapier at the very top of the barrel.
alright.
Uh-oh.
You create a small hole, you hear a but nothing really happens.
Okay, so it's like dripping.
no, you ruined.
No, he did it at the top, so essentially the gas escaped.
Well, it's going to aerate now.
It's going to go down a bit more.
But there is a very, very strong alcohol you scent coming out.
Does it
and
smell
filling
good?
The room now. Yes, it does.
No, you ruined it.
You can take your time eating the wine, drinking the wine if you wish. I've already tasted it. It's not good.
Definitely something to
I
mention.
think your revival this thing was
At
right.
least
Alright,
fine.
Bren, are you heading upstairs? Or are you still down there in the cave?
You did not know a lot
She's
about
going
nobles.
to be really tempted. Just you know what? Bryn's just going to fill all her flasks, every single thing she has, with
Oh,
that booze.
The one that he already opened right there?
Yes. The
Alright. He
the
opened a
tree leaf.
spigot so it wouldn't
I
explode.
asked if it was a spigot. You said no.
No, he opened a hole at the top and let the gases out so it wouldn't explode. Are you going to try to undo the cork to access it?
It's a hard question. It's been aerated now, so we should use it.
Yes, no, yes, no.
Make a decision. We got to move.
Let's leave it. If it's gone bad, it's gone bad.
No one said it gone bad. It's bourbon. It
Bourbon lasts a
ages in a barrel.
long time in a barrel.
Yes.
That one that we kind of had a whole...
As a drunken master, you would know aged bourbon is some of the strongest alcohol you could get right now.
Yeah, I know, but I can.
I'm going to make you do a willpower check. Give me a wisdom save.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
wisdom.
Roll a 1.
You are a drunken master. Finding liquors is your goal in life, and you've just
You found a mother lode.
you barely passed this. You're like, your mouth is watering. You are desperate to get some, but you barely resist, and you start to head up the stairs.
Right, we head up the stairs, and I guess we
All right.
head out of the building.
You all are back upstairs. There, you have not expected the rest of the house, but you know it's empty now. Any? I want to give me a general. You still have
Yes.
magic going. There's no magic going on in the mansion anymore. Besides the force windows, which seem to be a permanent enchantment. Besides the ghost butler, who's
Sad.
kind of slowly cleaning a desk. Doesn't appear to be any besides the magic lights that are still going. There doesn't appear to be any magic left in the mansion. Anything that wasn't a permanent enchantment has dissipated.
So I think that means the traps are probably gone.
You would surmise
All right.
that, yes.
Well, unless...
At least walking around, you don't sense anything besides the lights and the windows.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, unless anyone has any like parting words for the butler, I believe our time's done.
Harris speaks up. I suggest we sleep here for the night. It's better to sleep indoors every once in a while. What'd you say?
Nothing magical's around, so it's probably not going to be as dangerous.
What does the rest of you say? Smoke
down for
shrugs and finds a corner and waits for the group to decide.
Sure.
Seaman?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'll
either way.
rest as well.
Alright, y'all. Would you like to explore and find a better place
Yeah.
to rest, or do you guys just want to be all in
I'm
the
going
same room?
upstairs
Same here.
to find a bedroom.
I don't have an upstairs because
It doesn't have
I,
an upstairs.
I crash on the couch.
But
Yes. Yes.
where are the guest rooms?
Unfortunately, there used to be a guest house on the West 40. That's where everyone would go. This was more of the office, but I believe the library has a few bookcase beds in it. Where you pull the bookcase down, it turns into a bed for emergencies. I know the master was
That's
the fool was eccentric.
it's
and he
not
said,
not very high class, but okay. Thank you for letting us know, brother. We're going to spend the night here. Is that all right?
You freed me from serving a scoundrel. You are welcome here. And if you could do just a humble ghost butler a favor, when you turn wherever you're coming from, will you please tell them about me? About
Sure.
the house?
What is your name,
I will-
brother?
He's lost in thought. I'm sorry, sir. I don't quite remember my normal name. It's been so long since anyone's used it. I am just the Eternal Butler.
The Eternal Butler. Is that what you wish to be called?
Yes, please.
Very well. We shall spread your tale when we return to the court.
If I will serve a noble house, if they would like to take over the mansion, I am not picky as long as they are loyal to the country. And he goes back to cleaning up. And you see, he's putting a little more effort into it. He's actually dusting. It's before when you first saw him, he wasn't putting effort into it, so he couldn't really affect the things. But now he's actually starting to make things shine.
Like a sense of renewal.
He is. Yes, a sense of renewal. He's actually cleaning up the office. Okay.
Going
As
to
you
light-
go in,
I'm going
this
to light this
one-
fire.
yeah, you can light the fireplace. It still has wood.
Then I'm going to. Is there one nearby the fireplace?
This one will fold down. This one folds down. And these two fold down into a large bed.
Okay. I'm going to take this bed. near the
So
fireplace.
basically, they're like Murphy beds.
Okay. Yes.
By the way, Simone has not told a single other person about these beds.
Okay. Everyone else is. What are you doing? You don't know.
I'm
about
crashing on a
bed yet.
couch in the
Wait,
library.
which couch? Oh, you
The couch in the library.
All right. All right. Bryn and Castile are sitting on the couch as Simon walks in, grabs you think he's grabbing a book to read, and as he pulls it down, a bed comes out of the wall. He just lies down and goes to sleep.
I'm not going to sleep with an untended fire.
Steven, is there other beds like that?
Actually, hold on.
But
Butler, I'm going to rest for the night. In about an hour, could you extinguish the fire?
no problem, sir.
Good night, Butler.
Simone, is
There
there
we
a other bed like this? I mean, me and Catilla can both share the couch, but it's kind
Simone
of
curls up in the bed,
Uh,
goes to sleep.
After seeing him pull down, I'm just going to spend like the next 5-10 minutes just actively looking just to see if maybe there's like a book or pulse.
You yank a bunch of books off of the wall here, and you grab one here, and it pulls
Yay!
down into a bed.
So the
But
best
you
part
have
is
left a mess on the floor.
I'll pick
the
it
best
up.
part is that just,
Bryn
I'll
is,
pick it up. I'll clean it up.
Bryn is just snoozing on a rather comfortable, if dusty, couch. And Smoke comes in, looks, and just finds a place here and sits in the corner and goes to sleep.
And a Murphy bed falls down on top of him.
Harris walks into the room as if he's been here and pulls down the giant bed and goes to sleep here. And as you all go to sleep, you rest for the night. Nothing happens. Nothing weird. You wake up. You find that any clothing you took off has been cleaned and pressed and folded next to your bed. You find a stock of supplies in your bags,
What kind of supplies?
and you find the room around you is near spotless. Except where you were lying, there is no dust in this room, as the ghost apparently cleaned over the last 8 hours the entirety of this room, and you can only assume several others.
Hmm.
You wake up. What happens?
Okay. First I noticed how nice and spotless this is. I look immediately to like my right. Is there like any book that maybe fell underneath the bed that may have been
No, there's
Okay,
it's
they're all fake books, but in case there's still like one on the ground that we put away.
There are no real rare books. Any book these are common books, even for 150 years. These are books that have been in circulation for a long time. You see empty spots on the shelves, and you can only assume any rare book was long sold off to try and keep the mansion going.
Mm-hmm. So I get out of the bed, push the Murphy bed back up.
Yeah.
And if any books fell out, clean them up and put them back in.
And as you close the bed, you hear the clang. Ghost comes in, goes, "Sirs, you're awake. Good. I'm hopeful you had a good rest, and the atmosphere is much more to your liking. I have been diligently cleaning all night."
It was a lovely good night, Sir Butler.
Wait, did we fully sleep already?
Yeah, you've slept.
Damn it.
And when you woke up, any clothes you took off were pressed, cleaned, and waiting at you on the side of wherever you were sleeping. Your packs were dusted and cleaned. You see, each one of you has been granted some meager supplies, and the room around you is near spotless except where you were laying.
I had something I wanted to do in the middle of the night.
Okay, go ahead. I'll allow it.
So in the middle of the night, while everyone's sleeping, Simon's going to wake up, rummage into his bag, and pull out his dagger that has the head of Vecna engraved into the hilt. He's going to pull out his dead chicken and start sprinkling ritual ingredients on the ground. And he's going to sacrifice everyone in the name of the dead god. What role do I need to do for this, Neil?
You need to not do this, because I will make you have combat with everyone.
Well, you have to start with the most deadly person to you, Hargreaves. And if you offer.
Are you
to-
serious?
If you
And
offer
Simon
to spare,
wakes up with a kind of start, looks around, and goes back to sleep.
Oh, God
I was
damn it.
about to say, Bryn
I was
will
about
be
to. No, I was pulling up Harris's sheet I had made for him. Oh, thank God.
To be fair, Bryn is 100 down with killing Harris. Killing
You
Harris
could
is
tr-
not a negative for them.
You can try. That is all I could say to that.
He could probably 2 or 3 shot the wolf form.
I can succeed.
Oh God, I had Harris's sheet up. That was gonna be a TPK. Oh,
Technically, it would have only been him. The rest of us would have been safe because we were in bed and attacked.
all right. Yeah, no. You wake up. Everything's pressed. Everything's good. You have a bad dream, but for some reason you don't consider it a bad dream, Simon.
Oh no, Simon regularly has these kinds of dreams.
Simon,
Simone might need some psychological help.
everyone wakes up. Harris is already up, and he is waiting outside. The rest of you, you wake up. You're healed to full. Anything you need to prepare, you do as you straighten up your beds.
Yep.
And
Prep my daily spells and
Smoke heads outside.
it what?
For the record, who took the Frostbrand sword?
I have it.
Okay, you didn't use it at all in that last battle, though. Okay, fair enough.
I mean, unarmed punches do.
I was fairly certain.
No, I gave it to Bryn.
Why did we give it to Bryn who uses punches?
Do you trust Smoke?
A short sword is considered a monk weapon. He could use it.
I mean, to be fair, like it would have just been.
It would have been an extra D6 cold damage every time you hit something.
Or I could do double damage with my punches.
No, actually, you can do a sword attack and still do your unarmed hit.
Yeah, but I only get one arm punch that way.
Okay, sure.
It's a difference between doing 2d6 plus 3 versus 1d4 plus 3 times 2.
Okay. It's up to you. You have the sword. All right. As you guys leave, you all make notes of this. You see Harris writing down a report as you start walking out the door, and you carry on.
I point to our copy of our.
Your horses are still outside the manor. The zombies have actually decayed into piles of dust as you walk through the gardens.
Interesting.
And
So I make notes, everybody. All right. At least the first leg of the journey's done. Now comes like the main mission. We have to head to around here to determine if there's a goblin portal or not. So I say we get going and not burn daylight, because we only have like a couple weeks left before we're automatically recalled.
actually, it's only been about 3 weeks to get here, and all the battles and everything you've done. You have 6 months.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was 6 weeks.
No, they think it should take you only 6 weeks, but your time limit is 6 months.
Okay.
And it won't automatically recall you until you've been missing for a year.
Okay.
So what you're saying is we could kill Harris and go on the lam.
For about a year, then you're automatically
Back for a court
teleported.
martial.
Yeah, back to be court-martialed.
If they can teleport us.
All right.
They can. Even if you drop the
It's been
crystals,
embedded into my hand.
and attuned to each and every
And
one.
I have like a glowy crystal in the back of the palm of my hand.
It's gonna be weird when the hook horror that used to be your friend is teleported right next to you.
It's going to be real weird when they find out that Simone's actually got a conjoined twin on his stomach, and that's what it got attuned to, not Simone himself. Simone's like
so what you're saying is there's going to be a fetus flopping next to it.
no, Simone's like Total Recall. He's got an extra twin inside of his stomach.
You guys,
Great.
all right.
Is that the one with the class levels, actually? Simo does an
As we
extra
only
ammo.
have 2 left, and I kind of want to get this done today, I'm going to speed up travel a bit. If there's any major points you want to do, tell me now. Otherwise, we're going to move along to the next
All right,
section
just
of your
quickly
journey.
looking at the map, which I'm guessing the quickest way would be is like going like through this way over the bridge, then down, as opposed to going.
Yes. You will be going by one of the signal towers that already looms
I
over
suppose
the
we could also
land.
take a look at the signal tower, see if it's like in good condition or not. Because I think that was also another one of the things we had to keep an eye out on.
Bryn's
Not
salty
really.
for the first day out of the mansion because nobody's apologized for her actually being right.
There were some goblins, but that wasn't your main focus. Come on,
I
man.
mean,
Fair enough. All right, I need to start getting prepared for the next thing. So you guys, whatever major points you want to talk about, want to do, tell me now, and we can
Be
do
right
it.
back in a minute. Cats want food.
so
Okay.
it's Simo, right?
Simon Valois Capet. And
Okay, don't
Portugal
even
tells.
Simo, don't even try and have me pronounce that. I am going to say something stupid. We both know this.
Oh, I don't
Oh.
care about the last two. Those are other people's titles.
Okay.
I'm just Simon.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to mispronounce it.
Thank you, Bryn.
Okay. As you guys travel and start catching up, smoke still trailing behind, watching your backs. Travel for a little while, you eat, you hunt a little bit, but nothing really is happening. You get to a bridge. This bridge is huge and expansive. The river it's going through, comes from straight from Temper, the Temper mountain region, where one of the dwarven cities
I'm back.
It goes it rushes past underneath the bridge. You Nothing really happens, but you do see that there seems to have been some traffic along this remote bridge. Besides troop movement, not many people use it. Can I get a survival check from Castilla? This would be tracking.
Damn it!
You take that there's been around several groups that have passed over this bridge both ways. Some of the feet are too small and shaped in an oddly goblin fashion, and they're heading in the direction you're traveling.
Yeah, guys, I think we got some goblins heading the way we're going. So, be careful. Heads up.
As you travel, alright, this is important. I need perception checks from everyone, but with the rules. If you help someone, that roll will count. Well, they will get advantage, but that will count as the roll for both of you. So before you roll, decide on if you want to help someone else. All right, Simon doesn't want to. Simone. Smoke will help
Okay.
Castilla. So that Castilla will have advantage.
They do care.
Oh, good.
Smoke does care.
Bren. All right, you all did very well, and with 2 24s, there's no real denying it. This determines where you will set up for the next encounter. As you're traveling along the road, looking out for things, you notice a bunch of stuff, but mainly not much fur traffic. Not much has been going through. You see traces of goblins here and there until you see smoke on the horizon.
Smoke from
Before
a fire, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, nope, smoke on the horizon. And you all come to this part of a bush. I need to put
Alright, so which is the bush? Right around this, like, big thing here?
These are trees, 2 trees, and all of this. Oh, where is it? All this is bush that blocks line of sight to you. But since you got such great perception, you notice a seemingly patrol of some goblins coming down the way. Do you want to attack first, or do you want to roll a perception
I want
check?
to roll a perception check.
Where is Flux's character?
Flux?
Oh, all right, okay. Got it.
That was my twin. He's now come out to my stomach. There's 2 of us now.
All right, this is not a high thing. Okay, you hear in Goblin. Meat was good. Meat was nice. You get more meat when we finish patrol, yes? You hear the Goblin mage in the back. Shut up and do your job. Your job is to watch out for anything. We go back to camp, we finish looting, we finish pillaging. Then we eat the human meat. Not before. And they proceed. Start moving forward.
Alright, guys, they mentioned...
Slowly.
Okay, as they're doing that, I'll relay what I heard to them. So, apparently we got someone who's a very eloquent speaking goblin, so possibly a mage. Apparently they were eating some human meat, so they were probably like a settlement nearby, maybe the tower. So they mentioned like after the patrol gets done, they can eat more meat. So
It's you see on the horizon, because you got it, behind where they're coming from, away from the tower, appears to be a bit of smoke going into the sky. It's not big enough to be a settlement, but it might be big enough for like a camp of travelers or something that's been set on fire.
all right, so maybe like a small caravan, like a wagon or two, got set on fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. As you guys are talking, they move a little bit forward again.
Okay. Do you want us to roll a stealth check for moving forward, or?
No, they can't see you. This is why you rolled a perception check. If you had rolled low, you would have all appeared out in the open, and they would have spotted you right away.
Quick question: what exactly would be like the limits of the hidden area? Like here-ish would be like where things are where they can't see initially, or?
If halfway through the bush, I would make you start rolling a stealth check. About here. In fact, I'll just make a line.
I'm stopping one before.
So could we use the rocks as cover to hide behind? Because they're rocks?
This is cover. God damn it. I always forget it's the shape. Fuck it. Whatever. Red. Pass that line.
Okay. And from my perspective, can I see like roughly how many?
You see them all. They are out in the open. They are not hiding. They are a small patrol, seemingly walking about their own business, looking out for anything to attack or anything to defend. But
Call it a crazy question, but during our training in boot camp, would we have learned like military like hand signals, like hand signs? All right.
Yes, you can communicate with hand signals.
I'm going to communicate with hand signals what I'm seeing up ahead. Two goblin riders on boars, 4 goblins. Okay, so 2 goblins on wargs, one mage goblin, and 4 other goblins. So I sign that to them.
Okay.
If you could come up.
Simon's gonna make one single motion of a knife across the neck and hold it on his fingers and cast Fairy Fire.
All right. Right when they move to there.
Right. Yes. When that other one's gonna move up because they're moving in a unit.
Okay, so you get the 2 warg riders, these 2 foot soldiers, and the mage. Correct?
Fairy Fire is 20 feet, bub.
Oh, you get them all. All right.
I get everyone.
All right, what's the save for that? Dex?
14 dex.
Okay. Now, I need to look at the stats. They're all goblins, so they all get a base dex save of not good.
My only question is what the warg ones would be.
That's a custom homebrew thing that I found that
And it makes sense. It fits in character.
actually, yeah, that works because apparently, warg riders, even though it's directly mentioned in the monster manuals, are not actually a thing.
I would just assume it's a warg with a goblin on it. There's
Yeah.
nothing else. not
Okay,
just a
for the
normal-
mage and the foot soldiers, that's not right. That's not a roll. That is just a d20 plus 1. There you go. The first foot soldier dodges out of the way. Second one is engulfed. Third dodges out of the way. Dodges out of the way. The warg riders plus 2 engulfed. Dodge out of the way. And last, the mage is engulfed. So I'm going to mark the ones that are fairy fired.
Oh, they rolled well.
Yes, they rolled very well, surprisingly so. I'm going to make this. What would you say, Flux? Here we go. It's like a little light around their bodies. That one is glowing, so you have advantage on them. This one is glowing, so you have advantage on them. And the mage is glowing, so you have advantage. But they are shocked, and I need everyone to roll initiative as soon as I get the initiative counter up. Yeah, just roll it. I'm going to remove these guys. Trash, trash.
Punch.
Oh, crap. I have to remove everybody, don't I? Okay,
No?
Simon, I'm going to assume you're 15. Remove all clear. All right, everyone roll your characters again, but I'm going to change. You get to keep your first roll. Unless you want your second one.
Do I get a new roll?
Did you?
No, because I didn't roll
No,
the
you
first
don't.
time.
No,
That
you
was
don't.
a joke.
Right?
Yeah.
Foot
Oh,
soldiers.
back to normal rolls for Bryn.
Mage. Okay. Warg riders are going to be 17. The mage going to be an 11. The foot soldiers, just foot soldiers, so they have +1. They're going to be an 11 too. The mage will go before them. All right, that everybody? Up, I gotta do smoke. That's right. Which is I keep forgetting I'm in control of. Smoke, and he has his initiative set up, so there it is. He's on the initiative counter. And let's descending. Why is the mage 20? Oh, because it took smokes. Fuck you. The mage is 11. Where's smoke? Smoke at a turn is 23. And with that, do descending. All right. Mage. Stop trying to be 23. I know I want to make the mage go first, but it's not happening. That wouldn't be fair. Okay.
Please let me go first.
All right, as you all move forward, Smoke Eye moves forward as much as he can. Be about here. He makes stealth. He makes a stealth check. He really doesn't need to, because with his assassinate feature, as long as he goes before the enemy in combat, he gets advantage and all that good stuff. Okay, so advantage. He rolls to stealth. Thinks he's stealthy. And he is going to take a target at one of the warg riders. And he opens up the short bow with advantage. What did he roll? And he misses wildly. He's not used to the... He tried to aim for the head of the warg rider right here. Tried to take out its rider, but he's not used to the way it shifts.
And then Smoke recalls back a day ago when Simon gave him bardic inspiration.
Day ago, no.
Damn it.
And he misses the goblin rider as the arrow just swoosh is past. Castile, you're up.
Okay. Well, we all know what's going to happen. First, bonus action. Let me just move my token. Second. Doot. 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 I move forward. 5, 10, 15, 20.
You can't roll stealth. You are.
Oh, I know I'm visible.
You are a
I know I'm visible.
You are a large-sized wolf, rustling through the bushes. You see the goblins all point at you and go, "Ah!"
The wolf that can cast magic.
20, 25, 30, and nom.
It's a
Okay.
fantasy universe. That's not the weirdest thing out
The
there.
magical dire wolf.
You definitely hit a foot soldier.
And
Damage.
strength check.
Now, you left him with 1 HP. Normally, I'd just say he's dead, but because this is that type of battle, it's not. It's a goblin. It doesn't have high strength, but maybe I'll roll lucky. 1 plus 2. Rolls a 22, shaking off your attempt to cause him to fall.
Meanwhile, he just sees like a very snarling angry wolf.
In fact, he kicks you in the nose, and you just as he kicks you
Well,
off.
he sees a very snarling angry wolf.
But he is bleeding profusely from your bite wound. Is
Yep,
your turn?
that is my turn.
All right, as the riders turn, you see them grab the hair about the neck, and the wolves rush forward. Phew.
Wolf on wolf violence.
And surprisingly, since they got to dash at you, this is something I've been waiting for.
Getting real tired of your move bonus actions, Neo.
What?
Oh, that Sabretooth moved extra, he gets to do something extra. Oh, that Minotaur moved extra, he
I'm
gets to do
sorry.
something extra. You got a weird
Alright.
fetish for these abilities.
It's not my fault. Anyone that's a wolf or a cat gets that.
Carrie doesn't.
Right.
Carrie didn't do jack shit for moving quick.
All right, no, he doesn't have that. He moves forward, and then his goblin will try to attack, and if he's successful, the wolf then can make a bite attack
Ooh.
as a reaction. That's what these guys have. So the goblin's going to take a swing at you, and which the added dex bonus, he has a +5 to attack, not a +4. As he tries to stab you with his spear. There's no way I rolled 2 crits in a row.
Yeah, you did.
All right, that's a crit. He stabs at you with a spear, doing 1d8 plus 4 damage, which ends up being 2d8 plus 4 damage. For 9 damage, and his wolf takes a bite at you.
Oh, the wargs get the wargs get a thing. I thought it was like you're saying I did. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the goblins stab you with the spear, and then if they hit, they distract you enough that the wargs essentially.
Oh, okay, I initially heard you. I thought you said that I got a chance at a reaction.
No, they do. 11.
Nope.
Does that hit you? He tries to bite at your feet, and he just can't. You're just too large, too buff. Warg's not used to being the smaller wolf in this encounter. As the other goblin turns and also tries to take a stab at you with his +5.
Nope.
Does a
Nope.
9 hit? As he tries to stab, you dodge out of the way, and the warg tries to bite, but it just grabs air. But all right, that's their turn. Simon?
Don't start.
I know.
No,
Simon?
no. Clearly the goblins
Simon?
pronounce it Seaman too. It's
Simon.
the bird.
Simon. Okay.
So Simon's going to stay where he is. And
By the way, your stick of magic missile would be recharged by this point. For the record. Okay, roll your Ds.
I'm actually going to cast it at second level.
Question: would that also potentially knock me out?
No, can't target you.
Only enemies. And where are you centering it on?
I'm actually technically just his creature, so it could knock you out.
All right.
Essentially, bring it right here.
Okay.
We're hitting that mage first, buddy. Yeah, I could knock you out technically, Carrie, because it doesn't specify enemies. But I mean, if I roll like max, then frankly, we can wake you up, and it's an amazing roll.
I mean, yeah, one, it would have to cure.
Okay, so that's 68. No, 78. Go for it. 34. Besides being shiny, this guy
He
here
puts on his sleeping cap.
is asleep. This one is asleep. And what's the area range again? 20 feet? That would be this one. Asleep.
Cool. So are we not starting with the mage who's right next to where I cast it?
It's based on lowest HP first. Is the sleep spell. Mage has good HP. I'm sorry, he's unaffected.
I swear, I saw that was closest. Okay.
No, it's HP based.
Yeah,
it's
I see it. It
lowest
says it
HP
right there.
and-
Starting with creature with lowest
Yeah.
current hit points.
You took out 3 of the foot soldiers. That was 30 who each all had, wait, no, this guy was hurt. Hurt bad.
That guy had 1 hit point left.
Yeah,
So,
no. This guy also asleep. You took out all the foot soldiers. They are all asleep.
Yeah,
You saw them all point going, ah!
And Simon's gonna flip his hair back and shout, "Charge! Push the advantage!" And everyone's going to get to move and get 5 extra hit points.
5 extra hit points. I really need that.
I do too.
Okay, I get to move.
I want it noted that this one right here is bleeding profusely and asleep at the
There's
same
blood
time.
from his anus. Me moving. Does that affect
Brim
attacks of
is there.
opportunity? Okay.
No, this one doesn't because it's.
I just want to make sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yeah.
I wonder what Kiri's thinking.
1d6 plus.
Lunch.
Yeah,
I'd like to
exactly.
imagine that, like, even though in this wild shape, she does at least swallow some bits of that she chews off. If only involuntarily.
Yeah. All right, is that
Yep.
your turn,
Right.
Simon?
Yes, is Smoke moving?
Smoke's going to move. He's going to not move. He's going to move into the bush and stay there. He is still hidden.
Okay. Then that's my turn.
All right. The foot soldiers would go right now, but they're all asleep.
They're all in dreamland.
So next up is the mage, who raises a wand. Very similar to one that Seaman has in his possession, that, as far as I know, because he didn't hand it to anybody else. And he lets loose a vicious bolts at the wolf he sees charging towards him. For no roll to hit. So that would be 6d7.
Wait,
No.
what?
7d4 plus 7, I
Uh-oh.
believe, for magic
Seven?
missile.
He's doing 7 darts?
He's doing,
He's
yeah,
doing all
he's
the darts.
emptying the wand.
Like
So
a
he's
shotgun
using all the
blast.
charges at once. Okay.
Yes. You are a giant wolf who dwarfs both of the wolves under his command. All his foot soldiers are asleep. He thinks now is the time. That's going to be as anime arrows of energy blast from the wand, smacking into you, Carrie, doing 23 force damage.
All right.
And as he does this, let me do a secret roll. The wand explodes in his hands. You see one of his hands, 2 fingers are missing as he also takes what how much does he take in damage again? Oh,
Exploding
no.
wands aren't a thing.
That's
Yeah,
a
no,
home thing you're doing.
I thought they were. No. Yeah. The wand explodes in his hand and turns to dust. And he looks down and he goes, "Ah! My weapon!" And
Yes.
that's his turn. And
So we didn't
backs
4th
up.
of July firecracker his hand.
He backs up, hoping to be able to do range damage before he dies. Ren, you're up. You have
Mother, he's
sleeping
running
foot
away.
soldiers and warg riders to your side.
Mage running. Want to murder mage.
Hurry up.
Okay, moving here. Gonna break some unconscious gobos in case the others try and wake them up.
Okay.
Oh, they're all asleep, so
Yeah.
That misses. Actually, you have advantage. Still misses. Actually, isn't sleep considered helpless?
Yeah, so it's a crit
Yes.
if I hit.
Yeah, you missed that one. Are you attacking the same one, or are you attacking the one
Sleep
lower
is,
down?
sleep is considered unconscious, so you have advantage and automatic crit.
All right.
So I did 9 damage to the sleeping one.
This one?
Yeah, the one that's also got the fire on him.
Oh, he pops up, not dead, but he is hurting and he is on the ground and he's looking up like, "What?" Are you gonna try and hit him again?
Yeah, I'll spend a key point for a third punch. Mother.
This is revenge for all those high rolls earlier. You punch, and as he wakes up, he sees your punch coming straight for his head, and he just darts his head out of the way, and you hit the ground, dead with a thud. Doesn't hurt your hand, but you leave an imprint in the ground. Is that your
Okay.
turn?
No, I can still move a bit, so I'm gonna chase the goblin a bit. Roll back from the goblin on the ground. Keep the mage's attention on me.
As Smoke sees his allies leave, he's still in the bushes hidden. He's gonna take a shot at the warg that's closest to them, hoping to take it out before it gets any closer. And
Also, there's much cursing from Bryn about missing.
that is a short bow attack. That hits. Doing just enough damage to take out the rider. Now, the rider is considered dead, and you see that he's actually strapped to the warg, who's still moving and alive, but the rider is just flailing, as it's now got an arrow lodged in his head, and the warg, you don't know what's going to happen. It's not gripping the back of his mane anymore.
I'm free. Thank you, adventurers.
Castilla, you're up.
I'm
I was hoping to bite. I'm gonna try and just bite the one that's like near dead.
Okay. You definitely bite him. You have to roll a 3 in damage. Yeah, no, he's dead.
Yeah, that goblin just sees like the maw of a wolf bearing right down on him.
As he dodges the punch, he gets cocky and doesn't notice the wolf right next to him reach down and just clamp around his neck. And where there was once a windpipe, there is no longer a windpipe. And he falls dead. Are you going to move, or is that your turn?
Do I want to go for the magic user? Okay, I think I can risk this. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. What?
Wait. No, sorry, talking to my
okay.
nephew, not you. Go. Sorry, I thought I had maybe. Okay, you're sitting right there. I like how everyone's going after the mage, leaving the squishies unattended.
Talk
That's
about
their problem.
leaving the back line.
It's
Alright, is
called
that your
Geek
turn?
the Mage.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. The wolf doesn't know where the arrow came from, but they know it's coming from this direction, so they rush up into the bush, find Smoke right there, undefended. They're going to try and attack.
Yay! Smoke's finally getting attacked.
Plus 5.
Smoke, defend yourself.
20 plus 5. There we go. God damn it. Smoke, still being partly obscured by the bush, just nimbly dodges the spear throws. One of them using the branch to actually absorb the blow as the wolves pointlessly snap at the leaves trying to get to him. Simone?
I made a meme.
No, you're fucking me up, yeah. All right, Simone.
Scorching Ray. 2 against that one. 1 against that one.
Okay. Are you aiming for the rider first on the one that's still alive, or are you aiming for the wolf?
Maybe for the wolf.
Okay.
First 2 on the top one.
Okay, if I am lucky. The first one misses, the second 2 hit.
Five damage and 6 damage.
This wolf down here, he is not happy. He has a scorched nose, and he yelps and almost jumps back. This one, with its rider dead, doesn't quite have the same maneuverability as it did. The union of the goblin and beast. He gets hit straight in the head. You actually take out one of his eyes, that blast, but he's still there. Is that your turn?
Is it a full action to hide?
Yes, it is. Unless you are a rogue or have something, it is considered an action to hide.
Then, I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Smoke again.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Foot soldiers would go, but they are still asleep. As such, it is now the wizard's turn. The wizard turns to both of you and looks at one of you and goes, "You will die under our hordes!" And he pulls his hand up and releases a burning hand cone. I want a dex save from Bryn and Kiri.
Dex save, you say?
Dex save, yes.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Lucky I rolled low. Bryn, you succeed and only take 4 fire damage. Castile, you take the full 9 fire damage. It is 3. It's D6.
Yep, it's D6. I've used Burning Hands quite a few times.
Okay. As he goes, should be on fire. As he does this, he scorches the ground and leaves a cone of scorched land. Doesn't catch anything else on fire. It just instantly incinerates it. All right, that's his turn. Bryn, you're up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make sure Meiji Boo doesn't get to do much more after he just blasts me with flames.
Okay.
Yeah. Bryn's gonna rush up to him and unleash the
If you move
flurry.
one more over, you'll have flanking.
But I already have advantage because of the fairy fire.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I'll use Frostbrand finally, as she slashed at him with the sword.
Okay,
Of cold.
Go to hit. You hit, even if it's just 17. So you do 12 damage to him.
Yep.
He is
and-
not happy with that. You sliced through his robes, leaving what should be a massive gash across his side. Instead, it's just a frozen.
You gave a mass freezer
cut.
burn.
You see red ice sticking from his body, where the blood spurt would be.
And then just gonna follow it up with a knee to his head.
Okay.
14.
Miss.
14 misses.
No, 14.
Advantage,
wait.
remember?
14. You still miss. No, wait. I had to decrease their AC because it's a mage. You barely hit.
Okay. And second, as she snaps in,
You didn't do damage on the first.
I know. First damage is 7,
Okay.
and second is 7 as well.
All right. You leave a gash across his side in Iska. You smack up and kick his head up. And as you do, his chin lifts up, and as you come back down, you kick him on the top of the head, and you just see the eyes roll back as he falls down, dead.
Well, that's one down, and I still have
For a second. Oop, dead.
I still have 10 feet of movement, and then the extra 10 feet from Drunken Master. So Bryn kicks him and is going to footstool off his corpse and move back to here to rush to help her friend and also Smoke.
Okay.
Yep, that's right.
Is that your turn? Smoke is not happy with this situation, and he's going to use his rogue ability to bonus action disengage. They're everywhere. He's going to say to Simon, 2 of them coming, in a monotone voice. And he's going to pull out his bow and turn around and fire.
I already had his bow out. Is he pulling out a separate bow?
No, he pulls his bow up and he lets loose an arrow hopefully into one of them, as he looks not happy that his friends have left the 2 squishies. And he misses. Curses.
He has bardic inspiration if he wishes to use it.
That's 1d6 at this level, correct?
Correct.
Right. He's going to use bardic inspiration. He's going to roll hope for high numbers. That is a 12. That is enough to hit the rider, and he smacks the rider for 9 damage. The rider is hit in the chest. The arrow lodges clearly in the lung. The rider is still alive for now, but he is not long for this world without immediate treatment. All right. That's his turn.
All right.
Steel, you're up. I'm going to make a mark for this one.
And I move up to here. And as I'm doing this, I'm basically growling as loud as I can.
Speaking wolf, convince them that you are a friend.
Beef.
I'm going to use Heartbroken because the rider is dead. They've been raised since birth. Okay.
I moved up,
Sorry.
growling as loud as I could, trying to make as much noise as possible, to right there.
Okay. Give me a intimidation check.
I find it rather hilarious that this is the number for this. A -2 for this.
They turn around. They notice you're there, but you have not scared them. You have only enraged them.
As long as they focus on me, it's all that matters.
All right.
That is it.
Your turn.
That's all I can do. I moved as far as I can.
Okay. The one with a rider turns back around, understanding that he still has some mental control, but the other one jarts straight for you. This one, 2, 3, moves up and sees the two hiding behind the bushes, hiding behind the tree, and will attack Smoke. So that's gonna be. Here we go. For you, Carrie,
Nope.
a 9. As it snaps at you, and again, you're just too big, too small. The rider jabs at Smoke but misses, causing the log to ineffectually try to nip at the same spot. It's their turn. Simone?
I'm just dealing with wolves now, right?
What?
Just dealing with wolves now, right?
This one still has a rider. The one at Carrie does not.
Okay.
You know he got hit hard, but he's not down. The rider. He's still controlling the log.
Yay!
Cool. Well, I pull out my magic shotgun.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, this was the hidden feature of these. Any carryover also does it to the wolf, and you obliterate them both.
I want that wolf to be lifted up in the air from the kinetic force and explode.
You direct all the missiles underneath the wolf, and it just boom, knocks him in the air. Boom, 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 boom. He's a good 5 feet off the air when the final one blasts straight through, and gore rains down in a 10-foot area.
I'm going to step to the side, to avoid the gore on my fine clothes, and that's my turn.
Yay! Meat.
He is
explosion.
done. Is that all of it? Oh no, you kept one charge.
One charge. I'm not stupid.
You saw what happened with the other one.
All right, that your turn. All
Although,
right.
by the way, if that mage hadn't used all of his charges, the next attack Simon was going to make was totally going to be like all of his shots from his gun at that mage to take his gun.
That's gonna be hilarious. All right, they would do something, but they've been left alone in the middle of this battle where people
They're
are
sleeping
dying.
peacefully.
Sleep's a bitch, ain't it?
You just have 4 foot soldiers going.
Well, 3 anyway.
Chicken. Yeah. Mage is fucking dead. So it's Bren's turn.
Well, I can't get to the wolf to do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know
5.
for a fact this one right here is very, very hurt.
Yeah. Brent's just gonna run over and kick him while he's down.
Kick him in the dick.
Fuck you, goblin.
You have advantage for multiple reasons, and it's a crit if you hit. You definitely hit. That's a crit. Not that it matters. He had 1 HP. Fucking dead.
9 damage.
You stomp his head, and he just where there was once a head.
Your American history X'd him.
Okay. Are you going? Do you still have movement?
I still have movement.
You can still move and attack with your next attack.
God. Oh my.
You're too distracted what to do.
Okay. Gonna stab the other one with my sword.
All right, this one down here. Okay.
Yeah.
Try it. You have
Yeah.
advantage because he's fucking asleep. You hit, doing 6 damage
plus
and waking him up.
To sleep, so it's considered crit.
Oh, it's automatic crit. You're right. He's fucking dead.
I mean, maybe he's alive. I only
he's
did
fucking
13.
dead. He had 6 health. If you had done that, then you did 7 damage. You proceed to cut his head off And instead of blood, just ice on both ends of the cut are keeping the wounds closed. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's Brent's turn.
Smoke, seeing the sudden gore rain down, moves out through it, around it, into the bush as he bonus action hides, and then tries to very carefully take the smack the shit out of that wolf. We go. Short bow. He misses somehow. And looks dejected that he's unable to hit. It's his turn.
Nom.
Deal.
Come on, really?
You miss the wolf somehow. Maybe it's because you feel sad that he's lost his rider. I don't know, but you miss.
Yeah, that's my turn.
He tries to bite you. Because that's what he does. God damn it. I need to be doing these rolls. I'm going to set up.
Nope.
He tries to hit you and ineffectually bites at your swole ankle, doing nothing. Simone? At this point, there's one asleep goblin and one riderless wog.
Wog.
At the warg.
Oh, you definitely hit. You do 4 damage. It's you nail him in one of the ankles, in one of his legs, and the dart sticks out the other side. It's impeding his movement and definitely did damage, but he's still up. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Sleepy time?
Still asleep. Dead. Bryn.
Okay.
How long does sleep last, by the way?
A minute.
Enough for him to die.
Well, we don't know.
You're gonna hit him with Frostbrand.
Yes,
definitely
enough for
hit.
him to die.
Yeah, no, he's you
21
just
damage. Wait. I want
enjoying what you saw on the other one. You decide to cut this one's head off too, and it's just the head rolls down, and there's no gore, there's no blood. What should be a geyser is just ice.
and I can make it to here.
Okay,
With a flying kick to the wolf.
I will allow it.
Yay! Oh wait, no.
And you miss.
And I'll spend my key point for my last kick because might as well.
Okay.
Go full it.
And you crit. You smack down on the wolf's nose, doing another 7 damage. Wolf's not looking good. He's starting to wobble. The rider, even though he's strapped in, is not moving nearly as much as the body was when he was moving forward. The wolf is nearing its end. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's Brent's turn.
Smoke lines up a shot and goes for the kill. Another arrow shot. And he has advantage because the wolf doesn't know he's there. I'm going to say that. Because it is true. Port bow crit. And the wolf, with an arrow mercifully through the heart, is dead.
In wolf, you hear, kill steal, but you hear, "Argh."
I don't
Right.
have any pork on me. Why are you asking, Catilla?
With that, the wolf the patrol is dead. This wasn't a large encounter. This was just a small patrol of goblins trying to loot and pillage what they can.
Okay.
Speed things up a little. On the body, you find Tornor. You find 400 coppers among them, 120 silver, and 45 gold. The wizard's stick of magic missile dust in his
How much was like the
hands.
silver, gold, and whatnot again?
45 gold, 120 silver, and 400 copper. You don't know where they got all this money, but they clearly got it recently.
So, Harris, have we ever tried sending just a diplomatic envoy to the goblins?
Once.
How did it go?
Their heads line the other side of the gap
But a pigeon.
for weeks.
But a messenger pigeon.
The goblins want to eat and kill everything on this side of the wall, as they have done to the rest of the lands for 900 years.
We ever asked them why?
Many times.
What have they said?
We are not worthy of life. We are meat. We will be eaten. Tends to be the standard response.
Sounds very boring and two-dimensional.
We don't know why they do what they do. We don't know how they have the strength they do. Any attempt to send someone over that
Rather
wall.
900-year war then, hasn't it?
We have held the wall, except for a few breaches. Life has flourished on this side.
I wouldn't say flourish, but okay.
I just don't see it. Goblins.
No one ever does, he says.
Go away, Bryn. You're like... You can't hear us.
Bryn just sinks into the shadows.
Alright, with that, the encounter is over. But you guys definitely see they were coming from somewhere. It's not that
I suggest we
far.
follow the smoke.
It's maybe 300 meters away from where they were coming. You guys
follow the path, follow the smoke.
Okay. Come across a small campsite where the boxes are on fire. There appears to be... You can put yourselves in the map as you see fit, if you want to, or we can theater of the mind. I don't care.
The stuff that's on fire, I will be casting create water.
Yeah, these boxes or these crates over here, and this tree here was starting to catch fire.
I create water to try and put it out as much as I can.
You're successful. It's not a strong fire. You find 3 guards. These are not military guards. These
Caravan guard types.
Yeah, these are older. These are people who served and then got out and decided to start guarding. You don't see anybody else but these 3 guards right now. But there are 2 tents set up, and there are signs of struggle all around.
Going through the area, I'm going to try and look to... Yeah, I'm going to check the tents.
Alright. In this tent, you find a well-dressed human. She appears to have been asleep with a sword through her. When she did not, there's not even that much blood. She is just...
So looking at that, I could...
Her tent is thrown ragged as anything that was there. And you noticed on one of her arms, there's several chunks of her arm just gone. Seemingly chewed.
Yep, those goblins deserved what they got. Question, are her eyes open?
No,
Okay.
she was asleep. She did not. She
Okay.
died very quickly.
Moving on.
It appeared there's gore above near the guards, though. They appeared to have tried to put up a fight, but were either caught unaware or just not up to the task.
So, last stand type thing. Alright.
Okay,
Yep,
you
and
check
checking
the
last tent.
Alright, you find...
Human veal.
Wait, there it is. Find what appears to be a young mage, too young to be in service, but clearly on a journey to learn and grow. Their tent has also been tossed, but not quite as much. It's clear the goblins raided the first tent and then was going to leave this one for later.
I would.
Would you like to do?
Yes,
an
I do.
investigation
I want to
or
check to
something?
see what's going on. Not as much damage. That seems unusual.
You find, and I'm going to uncover this. You find at a DC of 11 a bag of tricks rust,
Ooh.
which I made a cheat sheet for.
Ooh. I will pick that up.
And I will put your notepad document for the bag of tricks. There you go. That will describe everything you need to know about it.
This is the rust version. All right.
Yes. And that was what's in there. You unfortunately don't see anything. The fire has now died down. The campfire cinders. The people are long dead. There is no bringing them back.
My hope was that because this one did not appear as much damage, that maybe, just maybe, he might have, while wounded, may still had some life.
Nope. Harris comes in and says, "What a waste. They clearly were not prepared for this."
Especially the young kid here. Too young to serve.
And says, "Whatever, find their name tags, and as you since you investigated, you notice, and you have a copy as well. Everyone in the country gets a name tag for identification purposes. It's not something you have to carry on you all the time, but it's encouraged when you travel to keep them.
Yep.
I would request you collect their name
I will.
tags so that the families can know what happened
I will.
to them."
And I start collecting the name tags from like the mage in front of me, the lady, and then from the 3 guards when I get to them.
All right. With that, Harris casts a prayer over the area, wishes them well, and you see him move earth. And in the middle of the camp, he makes a makeshift grave. And he requests help starting to put the bodies into the earth.
I help.
Right. And you start to bury
And
them.
if any of them have their eyes opened, she'll just close them.
Okay.
And
After that, you see
from her own
cast
pocket,
another-
she'll take out like 2 copper coins for each. And put them over their eyes.
As is some customs for the death. He moves the earth again, covering them, and as you see him cast a prayer, a tombstone rises from the ground with the names of who died here and how. A reminder for anyone in the area, and a warning. And as Harris walks off, he says, "Spend as much time as you need, but we must carry on." He walks off the map.
Alright, subtract that 10 copper. There we go. Well, I'm gonna like try and examine like any of the boxes that are open. If it looks like there's some material in there, something that could be of value.
There's various travel goods. There's ropes, torches. One box clearly has traces of jerky in it, but there has since been scrounged. There's another crate full of dry rations, similar. Any meat has already been rummaged through by the goblins.
So as far as like food goes, what remains is like crumbs. Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so I guess I'll grab the ropes and the torches.
There's too many for you to carry. This was a
Okay, I would have thought some would have looted, so okay. I'll grab a 50-foot.
You looted.
Oh, I thought the goblins would have looted a lot more. They just had.
They said they were coming back. Remember?
I'm just gonna grab 50-foot of rope,
right.
And that'll be that.
Okay, you grab some rope, and anything else you need? And is that everything everybody wants to do?
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Go back to the world map as you have traveled a bit to get there. You're starting to pass by one
How
of
does
the
the tower
towers.
look?
Large, giant stone. You can't imagine what would bring this place down. It's almost as tall as the mountains, and you assume it took a mountain to build.
Are there any
this.
guards like doing patrols?
Yes, there are guards in the front. It's a military installation. If you were not slated to be special forces, you could well find yourself stationed at one of these signal posts after basic training.
Okay, so at the very least, it's still being manned. It hasn't been taken down. That's good. As we pass by the guards, I'll say, "Hello there. Have any of you had any goblins try to incur in the area?"
Hail, fellows! Hail! How are you? And they see a Visor Harris behind you, and they just all straighten up and salute. Visor Harris, how are you today, sir? Visor Harris goes, I am doing well, but I am here in my capacity. Pretend I am not here. And they go, yes, sir. And they put their, yes. We've had rumors of goblins around here, but we haven't seen anything at the tower. There's been a caravan come through, say that there appears to be them moving through some of the hills. We sent out some requests. Would that be your job?
No, our job is to go a bit further southwest to investigate a possible goblin portal. Though you did mention.
Yes, that would be our request we sent
Alright.
in, son.
Okay. Just the way you phrased it, I thought you were asking if we were like there for like a caravan or something.
No, he recognizes you as soldiers in training and with a Visor Harris there.
I just misunderstood what you said.
The Visor Harris there, he knows that you're training.
Okay.
That you're probably on your graduation.
Okay.
How goes your exam?
So far, so good. I've killed some goblins, killed some kobolds, investigated the manor to the northeast of here.
Oh, that creepy place. Yeah.
We also killed a pair of minotaurs.
Really? I haven't seen minotaurs around here in
As well as a
ages.
hookor.
A what?
A creature from the Underdark,
Horror.
which I don't know why it would be up here.
Think like a bird and a beetle with giant hooks, like meat hooks for hands.
He's gonna do an insight check to see if you guys are telling tall tales.
We're not. That's the best part.
I know, but it's a G roll.
Yeah.
GR, right?
Is it if he rolls poorly, is he not going to believe us?
He rolls. He looks at you and go, really? Oh, I'd never even heard of such a creature. Well then, good on
Yeah.
you. What's your unit slated to be here? Take you down such a big task.
It happened to be along the way towards our objective. Our concern was like within the forest that maybe there may have been a goblin encampment or two.
Son, maybe you're hearing sort. I asked what your unit
I
is.
swear, it seems like Discord's cutting in and out.
What your unit is, not why you're here.
I swear, it seems like it's going in and out. We are part of First Squad.
Okay, that's great for your training, son. I mean, special forces. Patrol service.
But
We're an Air Force. Air Force.
Okay, so I want to say
I've not heard of the Air Force, but okay.
This new invention that takes us high above the battles. We're testing it out here.
Bryn is just
You
laughing
mean like the
now.
bird people and the gargoyles?
Yes, but it's more mechanical in design.
We use
I'd love
animals?
to see one of these devices, and I'm gonna need a deception check with advantage from Simon.
Wait.
He goes, really? I've not heard of such a device. I'm gonna have to inquire about getting one of those. Would make travel from these towers much quicker.
Yes, what they do is they stitch together animal skins and then they fill it with this air that makes you talk with a squeaky voice. And by filling it with that and putting a basket below it, this basket's designed to, hold several people. And it can
Sounds very
fly.
dangerous considering that, and he points to his fellow guard, and he luffs up a firebolt. Sounds very dangerous considering most of us are trained in how to do things like this. He shoots the firebolt in the air. What's to
Oh.
stop it from being exploding or coming down?
Well, see, the thing is, if the fire gets inside, that actually heats the air and helps keep it floating.
The wonders they come up with.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
Granst combines zeppelins and hot air
well,
balloons.
do you
and
need a
water.
place to sleep for a night? You can sleep in the barracks, or you continue on your
what-
way. Unless you have any official business here, there's. It's nice to see a young patrol out doing the job.
What time of day is it?
I think we're good.
It's midday. It would be odd. For
Yeah,
you
we can
to
keep going.
Go ahead. It'd be odd for y'all going
Yeah.
to sleep.
We just happened to be passing by for a patrol, so we just wanted to make sure, like, how things were for you.
You mentioned heading
Yes.
south, did you? There's a road on this side of the forest. We cut it out to. It used to go down to several ruined villages down there. Dwarves. I don't know. They used to live down there. Then they all decided to move into the mountains. That's nothing but rubble. But you could take that road. It should speed your travels quite
Thank you
a
for
bit.
the information.
Thank you kindly.
Well, you have a good one.
We'll hopefully meet you again soon after we check out this probable portal.
And he and you see him lift up his spear and tap Castile on the hand. I doubt we'll see you. I know what those do. We had one too.
It's the thought that counts.
Fair enough. And he goes back to working. You see them both salute Advisor Harris again, and you guys just ride off.
I guess we, like, salute back and then start heading back. Proper military, like, thing. Greeting.
You make it a bit of ways.
Those men were foolish, Harris. We could have been goblins and told them we were humans, and they would have fallen for it. Air Force?
Well, I mean, haven't you seen those magnificent balloons they're making nowadays?
There are no hot air balloons in this nation, right? I'll tell you that. Well, your job is to gather information and trick if needed. Their job is just
You men here are stupid.
gullible, maybe, but they're loyal and they seem to be doing their job well.
Gullible means stupid when your job is to keep out things.
I will definitely mention this to the commander. And as you move, you get further and further. You rest a night. Nothing really happens. Standard wildlife,
Standard hunt, blah, blah, blah.
Cooking. Yeah, you still eat. You still have your rations from the
Yeah.
dinosaur meat that you guys.
And
made
I
just
assume I,
before.
like, hunt every night just to ensure we have, like, some good stuff just in case.
You could give me a survival check.
Okay.
Actually, give me 2. You scrounge up some deers, some small animals. For the most part, you have plenty of rations. You have no.
Alright, so
fear of
basically
running
what I
out at
hunt
this
is
point.
more or less enough to sustain us for that day. Okay.
After the goblin attacks and the manor, it's actually. You all find it a little bit disturbing, but also comforting how quiet it is along this stretch of the road. You don't see any tracks or anything for quite a while, and you travel for a couple of weeks. Getting closer and closer to your goal till you get
Oh my god, something happened.
Find a black hole till you get up into the mountains and you start climbing. I want survival and perception from the group.
I'll do a survival check. Might as well do what I'm good at.
I'll do a perception. Yay!
All right, you'll find a pretty good path. It's not terrible. You find a bridge where there would have been a battle if we had the time. You'll find a bridge where it looks like something tried to attack. You see the marks from goblin swords, and you pass by a actual half orc, who's living on near the bridge, and he hails to Harris. Hail, Advisor Harris. How goes it? Varys goes back. Hail, Lancaster. What are you doing up here? This is my post. And that's about it, unless you guys want to ask something. We go.
What exactly? What's the situation been like for the last couple weeks?
We've had some goblins probing the area. They were trying to set up an ambush around the bridge. But me and the scouts, the rest of them are off on their unit, successfully pinned them down and took them out. Threw them into the ravine you see, and as you look over the bridge, you see a massive ravine leading into a river. A small river. It keeps traveling, but it's not big enough to show up on the map.
Have there been any casualties on your end?
Not yet. We've just had goblins. We're experienced unit. Not been anything heavy. We have seen signs of hobgoblins, though. They have a captain. I'd be careful if I were y'all.
It's good to know.
How are you? All right. Are y'all heading further south?
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, you have a good. If you need any help, well, Advisor Harris knows how to get in touch with you.
Yeah, and then we take a penalty on our score.
Ah, you're an exam unit. Yeah. Sucks, doesn't it? And he just smiles and starts
kind of
off.
like a shit-eating grin type thing, or?
Yeah, shit-eating grin, like he understands exactly the dilemma you're going through right now. As you pass over the bridge, you notice it's been reinforced. This is probably the only bridge in the area over this path. It's well used. And you get to the other side. All right, now it's time to start tracking. So I'm gonna need survival or perception checks to try and find your way to the goblin. You are in a mountainous region. Oh, fuck you. First roll. First roll. All right, as you're leaving the bridge, you travel on the path for a little bit till it's just rocky crags, and you find traces of goblins. You find a trail.
Okay.
How do you guys proceed?
How many, based on the tracks, roughly how many do we expect might be there?
There's numerous tracks of coming and going. This is clearly some highway for them. There is a lot of tracks, and they've spread out all over. Specifically avoiding the direction you just came from the bridge, except for what looks to be one unit. Of about 6.
Okay.
The rest of them lead down over the sides of the hills and into the forest below, from your guess.
Okay.
But you find a path where they all seem to be coming from, straight to your south.
Okay, straight to the south. That's where they're coming from. All right, guys. I think we found our main goblin area. So, we should proceed with caution. I recommend we stay a little bit off the beaten track, as you can see.
All right. Are you saying you want to proceed traveling under stealth? All right. I want stealth rolls from everybody. You're going to be moving at half your standard pace, but you will be allowed to move in a stealthy manner. All right.
I roll well. Bryn is good at sneaking.
I don't understand why smoked sheet keeps going away even when I pop it out.
As I said for, like, what's that specific option?
Yeah, I know you can pop it out, but every once in a while it just goes away.
I think
All
I
right.
need that bardic inspiration.
Smoke saves the group. Castile, for some reason, even though you know exactly where to go, you're having a hard time in this rocky atmosphere. Every once in a while, you step on a stone and you want to scream and you just make a yelp. Simone almost seems like an experienced mountain climber. He's stealthily popping from rock to rock. Bryn, you are very disappointed in yourself, but as you have similar problems to Castile, and Smoke is just darting from rock to rock. Overall, your group is able to keep up a era of stealth, but it is a fragile one as there's two distinct groups in your unit right now. But
Meanwhile,
eventually,
Assistant Observer Harris crits his.
you know, he's fleet of foot. He doesn't even need to roll.
Yep.
Okay. But eventually, you all make it to what appears to be an old quarry. Don't quite understand why it's here, but it
Goblin
is.
Mage gets around.
This is another one.
This is his
It's his identical triplet.
I can't change the color.
the
No, the other one was yellow. The other
triplet
one was
percent.
yellow.
No, they're triplets. Goblins breed like hamsters and other animals.
It's almost like it's a goblin military where they are given a uniform if they are promoted to mage.
Promoted to mage. They aren't trained as a mage. They're promoted to mage and just given a magic missile wand, and they hope it works out.
It's almost like goblins breed like rabbits. Right, Smoke would be down here peering around.
All right, so it would be up there.
Hey, where's everybody else? I'm gonna try and speed things up just a touch. There's two more maps after this. That's the problem.
Damn it! We'll try and get good rolls.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to rush, but at the same time, I'm not cutting out any more content. All right. As you all enter the battle, oh right, do Bren again. Forgetting. All right, there's Bren. As you all enter the battle, enter the area, you can't hear snickering and goblin in the bottom of the in the bottom of an area. You don't quite know what. You see a path leading down. And as Smoke peers around the corner, he notices an open hole in the ground. He heads back to you and whispers, "There appears to be a mine. Something goblins in it."
Good to know.
He darts down here. See you get a better look. About the rest of you.
Right. Going to move. Quick question, like, what exactly is it like with this? Like, do I have to climb to get up to this part here, or?
You can't. You can't. This is a path. That is green. You could overlook it if you want, but you are there. The dark scratches are areas of unstable rock. I will tell you that. You could tell that as a druid from a glance, but you can just walk straight from here to here if you need to.
Okay.
I was gonna ask what the drop is.
Each one of these drops is about 10 feet. And there's 2 of them. There's 3 of them. One from up top, then this one to there, and then on this side it's a little deeper, and there's a third one right there.
Can I flying drop kick that hobgoblin off the edge?
Move here?
I'm gonna do something stupid, guys.
Whew, it's not me this time.
Castile, I will let you make a investigation check because you're close enough to it.
So close.
God damn it! You got it was an 18 DC to see it from where you
All
are.
right, what do I see?
You see a spot on the ground that appears to be a hole. It's covered. It's not open like it's shown on the token, but it appears to be a hatch or something. You don't know where it leads yet, but you know
I do
it's
the
there.
military hand signs to hopefully everyone can at least see me, to make note that it looks like there's a hatch here. Hopefully they got that. Hatch right here.
You peer over the edge.
What?
You peer over the edge. Right now, you guys are far enough away. I'm not they can't see you. You just hear them bickering about this assignment and how long they have to. You hear as you're moving around in Goblin, especially from this one and the mage, about how long they're going to be stationed here defending the portal, how this is demeaning, and how many they've lost trying to get troops through that unstable wreck of a thing. They're just bickering with each other, and the hobgoblin going, I should not even be taking orders from you, and the mage going, you will hold your tongue. Just standard bickering.
Simon's going to move up. At what point can I see the hobgoblin leader?
Okay.
You would have to get one more square closer.
So Bryn's
And are you on you're crawling on your? Are you standing proud? Because if you're get that close,
I'm crawling. Can I still use the stealth roll I made previously, since I'm still stealthy?
Yeah, you could use the stealth roll proofs. He still doesn't see you. You're crawling on you. But you know if you move any closer, you're going to probably, because of that stealth roll, it comes also in ingrained knowledge on how to keep your stealth. You know that if you move any closer, you're probably going to trigger a small rock slide. Not much, but enough to tell them that something's around.
Bryn does a hand sign to everybody, indicating her plan, and then waits to see what Simone's plan is. So they can work together.
Smoke's going to go up and in a hand sign signal that he's going to actually find out where the tunnel leads. That's what he does.
Still gives a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we lost Smoke.
Smoke is gone for right this second.
I would like that hobgoblin leader to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
And while he's making the spell, can I do my action?
You can wait a second for this, because you have not said anything. This is the first action. If this works, things are going to change. Okay. This hobgoblin has a wisdom save of +1. So this was actually a very good suggestion. Very good move. Roll d20 +1.
Oh!
That's an exact 14. Now I need to read your spell. Does it say he knows you did this?
Does not.
It does not. You suggest a court, but you do have to speak to cause this. This is a verbal spell. As you speak these enchanted words, you don't have anything that gives him negatives to this, do you?
No.
Okay. As you speak these words, he winces, and no one else seems to hear it, but he definitely hears you. What was your suggestion?
Mage thinks he's better than you. Might makes right, not magic.
He hears these words, and his eyes gloss over for a second. And he looks at his sword, and he looks at the mage. He shakes his head and goes, "We're under attack! Attack!" And you see the mage dart off down the tunnel. He is gone from your sight. You don't know where he goes. You don't care. And I'm going to need you guys to roll initiative.
Why did it have to pass?
Can't I do my thing while he's shaking his head?
I mean, fuck it. We can just Skyrim this. Let's just go leave.
I just
Must have been the wind.
wanted to do my surprise action.
You can. I will allow you to do this at the same time as him, but first I want everyone. Wait a second. Let me remove everyone because I keep forgetting to do that. All right, there you go. Now roll initiative. Castile, I'll let you keep that
All
21.
right.
Smoke.
So the thing Bryn wanted to do that's very different. Bryn wanted to test out hobgoblin body surfing technology.
Okay. Well, I will allow you to try this idea. Explain it to me.
So I can move to here. And that's even if I'm prone. Yes, I can get all the way over there. So, slide down into the goblin. She wants to slide down into the goblin basically and knock him off by using, the momentum from her sliding and a sword in his
I
back.
understand. I understand what you're saying. Just 1 second. I need to do this real quick because these are
No problem.
hobgoblins and I'm not used to it.
Yeah, basically, slide in and hopefully cause him to go flying off the edge. Or,
All right. Let me see here. Roll d20 plus 1 for that, and then for the captain, it's a plus 3.
I'll get you, gadget.
Okay. Captain is a plus 5. All right. With that done, everything's sorted. Descending. And, God damn it. And Smoke's up first. And as you hear Smoke traveling through the tunnel, you gotta put him right about here. And he's still in the tunnel. And that's his turn. Castile, you're up. But Bryn, you get to go. Do what did you want to do?
Again, move over, basically slide.
All right, give me an acrobatics check and then an attack.
Okay.
You roll low. Okay, you roll high enough. I'll allow it. You essentially jump down and try to wrap your arms around the hobgoblin and make him fall down into the captain. At the same time, your sword is roll your attack. You got lucky. Your sword pierces him, doing damage, and he's kind of surprised. While this one had warning, he was not ready for something right on top of him. I'm going to give you that advantage in that crit. You do
21 damage.
You do enough. And you send. Are you staying on this layer, or are you writing him down as well?
I kind of want to ride him down so Bryn's weight slams into the captain as well.
Oh shit! I changed. Yeah, okay.
I think two corpses, well, a corpse and Bryn landing on him is going to suck.
Okay, well, you ride him down and plop on his body, and you also there. The combined weight of both of you. I'm going to move you off and move the body there. Combined weight of both of you dealing. I'm going to make him make a dex save, which he's not great at. Nope, that's not going to be high enough. He's going to take.
He's not great at, but he has a plus 5.
6. He's going to make. He's going to make 3d. He's going to take 3d6 bludgeoning damage as these items fall down and smack him in the face, angering him very much so.
Bryn just devil horns it up.
And you are proceeding to be standing right in front of what is a decked out hobgoblin captain. He has a flowing cape, a very clearly magical longsword, and he's staring at you with anger in his eyes, and he says, "You're first."
Oh.
And that will proceed to Castilla's turn.
Oh boy. So if I were to go down here like that, would that require me doing like any special move, or is that it's not too deep?
Nope. That's like a 3-foot drop off from that point. If you were going here, that would be a
Okay.
5 foot, and you just hop
All right.
down. You can theoretically hop to here, and then wolf and jump down into here. I would allow your wolf advantage on an acrobatics to jump down a 10
All right.
a 10 foot.
Action, bark skin, free action, wolf.
All right, so are you doing that?
Yeah.
What I just suggested? Okay, I was just trying to. I didn't think you'd actually do it, but fair enough. All right, so how
I
much
got
movement
60
you
feet.
got? You're right there. Okay, so you're going to try and essentially hop down and then jump down there. Okay, I want a acrobatics check with advantage. As in your wolf form, you are much more nimble than in your human form. You successfully jump down. I'm gonna give you plop right there, as you don't want to land on your friend. And you have, let's say, 10 more movement.
Let's see. And I am going to move 5, 10.
I'm not going to count gravity against your movement.
10 foot, so right there.
Okay, you are right there. Keep in mind, smoke is underground right
Yeah,
now.
that's just like
There's
some
a marker
placeholder.
Where you think. Yeah. All right.
I did this mostly just because it helps ensure they are paying attention to us.
As you go there, the hobgoblins lift from their backs javelins and start both of them peering down. This one with advantage because he's up a higher position. The other one not. And they let loose at
What shall you do now, Wolf? We have the high ground.
Wait, not Bryn, the person that just murdered one of them?
That's going to be a 17 to Bryn and a 20. No, that's advantage. That's going to be a 26 to Bryn. And then that's going to be a 17 against Carrie.
Okay, that hits. Roll damage.
Okay. This is considered a missile.
Yep.
That would be 7 damage against Bryn and 9 damage against Carrie as a javelin comes streaming at both of you.
So the javelin that goes towards Bryn, she palm thrusts it up so it misses, and then I can spend a key point, and then she jumps and kicks it back at the hobgoblin.
All right, give me a strength attack. Just your proficiency, because it would have been, you can use this as a monk weapon, plus your dex.
Okay. So. Oh, that misses.
You surprise the one up top as your javelin. You kick it in the air, and you kick it back at him, but he dodges out of the way as it hits the wall and embeds into it. Is that your turn? No, that's their turn. Bryn, you're up.
Oh, I'm first?
Yep.
Good.
No, Smoke was first. It's just after
No. She's saying that to the hobgoblin.
Okay.
He said she's first.
Okay. This hobgoblin has a shield, and he is decked out in half plate. And unfortunately, your frost brand, you bring it high in the sky and you try to slice, but he just puts his shield in front of him and blocks your blow.
I think I know the numbers we're looking at.
I think, 17 missed.
Yes, your 17 miss.
Okay, and my offhand punch.
That you smash into his half plate, and he just looks at you and laughs.
Yeah, that'll be Bryn's turn. She's just gonna snap kick him after the slash.
Okay, is Simone, you're up. Simone.
Simone's going to pull out a feather and some tarts and throw them in the air, and look at the hobgoblin captain and say, when I was younger, sorry, when I was younger, I tried to stay up all night and see where the moon went when the sun came. But after a while, it dawned on me.
Wisdom save. Okay. Hobgoblin Captain. Plus, what I said, +1? Yes, I did.
Damn it!
17. He looks at you and goes, maybe
You
that
know,
would have been,
You're kind of a fuck.
that might have been funny to others. I'll make sure to carve you slow.
I got 3 more goes, so give me a bit.
Do you do anything else?
Go Super Bard!
Who knew a +1 was the key to avoiding the bard spells?
I give Bryn. I give Bryn Bardic Inspiration.
All right. You have a D6 to roll whenever you feel like it for save, skill check, or attack.
So
Is
how
that
you
your
do?
turn?
That's my turn.
The hobgoblin captain raises his longsword in the air and looks at you and goes, "This will be fun." And with 2 strikes, a 21 and a 10.
Yep. So she takes the first one to block the second strike.
Okay. Does. You take 1d10 plus 5 damage. You take 13 damage as he slices into you. But as he tries to pull the blade out and slice you again, you stall it just long enough to duck out of the way. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Right. It's Smoke's turn. You see Smoke pop up. Let me get EM overlay. As the other end of the tunnel ends up being right there. Smoke pops out and goes, "Oh, combat." And he pulls out his rapier and just goes after this one right here unexpectedly. As he's about to stab, you hear from the tunnel, "Yeah!" And from the side of here, you see the wall kind of give way a little bit. See 2 kobolds come out and they go, "Boss, we finished setting up the trap." And they look around.
Oh shit, that's coming out of our
And
pay, isn't it?
And they slowly back into the tunnel. As far as you know, they are gone.
We don't see nothing. We saw nothing.
We saw nothing. This is not us. We are gone now. As Smoke does his thing. That would be... Here we are. I am sorry for the slow. I'm actually getting tired this time.
It's okay, man. That happens.
There you go. Rapier. And he tries to stab in, even unexpectedly. He barely makes it to the hobgoblin AC. As these guys are not in what they're normally would be. They have been stationed here for a while and have switched to a more leather outfit instead of their normal chainmail, except for the captain. And it's going to cost them this day as Smoke plunges his rapier. Oh, we say raptor. Rapier in and gets 15 damage.
Look, on the hilt of his rapier is a
It's hard.
raptor.
Yeah. He takes 15 damage. He is not a happy camper. As he pulls the sword out, a gush of blood from both sides of him. That's his turn. Castile?
Alright, I'm going to go against the hobgoblin in front of me, the guy in full armor, and this Yep, and this is all with
Captain?
advantage. Damn it. Wait.
You try to bite, and you...
No, she got advantage because I'm next to the Hobgoblin Captain. So 18.
No, you have to be...
No, I
fighting
have to be...
side.
No,
the wolf.
basically Hunter Instinct. If the enemy happens to be within 5 feet of an ally. So...
Oh, okay. 18 is the magic
Whew.
number. So you successfully bite
Okay,
him.
and I need a strength check.
Okay.
Let this be the one he fails. Yes!
And
He's about
he
to have a bad
rolls
day.
a 1.
He's very mentally strong, apparently. And he goes prone.
I don't remember what we used
Uh,
for prone.
yeah.
There you go. He's prone. He is on the ground, and he took 10 piercing damage. You find a chink in his armor and just snap your jaw around it, piercing him and ripping his body down to the ground. He looks up, displeased with this.
Yep,
Turn?
that's my turn.
Okay. The hobgoblin from the top turns to Smoke and takes his spear and tries to jab him. And he misses. The one down there moves to counter Bryn, and he takes his spear and tries to attack, and he misses. That's their ineffectual turn. Bryn, you're up.
So Bryn jumps over the spear and slams the sword down on the prone guy. Now she gets advantage.
Okay, you're going
Hey.
after the hobgoblin captain?
Yep.
Okay. You crit on the first one. That's
20.
20 damage. He takes 20 damage, and he is looking rough now. He was not expecting this level of fight, and definitely wasn't expecting this ambush. You guys have he is not happy, and you have done very much damage to him. Anything else?
Yeah, as I'll drop a knee into his face. That misses.
You try, and while he's feeling pain from your sword, he raises his shield, and your knee cracks against it. Not doing any damage, but you definitely know you'll feel that in the morning.
And I'll spend the key point for the second unarmed strike. He needs to go down.
You definitely smack him once, so that's 1d4 plus something.
Yep, 4 more damage.
He doesn't take as much bludgeoning damage as you feel like he should have. You definitely should have gotten through, but something blunted the hit.
Oh, well, we've done at least life, the universe, and everything to him.
All right, is that your turn?
I'll go to here.
Okay.
Yep.
As you look down into the tunnel, you see a long cave winding. You can't see too much, but you do make just a tiny view of a goblin pinned against the wall somehow as you look in the tunnel. Okay. Simone?
Simone's going to look at the hobgoblin captain. You know, you could have just taken the joke or taken the suggestion. It would have been so much easier.
+1. He fails this time, taking 4 damage. This time, definitely not resistant to the psychic. He's hurting. You notice that there is blood coming down his helmet where his ears should be from that. Is that your turn?
It's my turn.
All right. The hobgoblin captain stands up, screaming out, "You cannot defeat us, and you will not defeat me!" Turns to Bryn. Wait 1 second, Bryn. I need to take
And
something
he's rolling
away.
with disadvantage.
I need to take something away. There you go. Now your body can be there. Boop. He's going to go, "You will never defeat us." And he's going to come down with his longsword again. This time, he's aiming to maim with a 15 and a 16.
Well, he's rolling with disadvantage.
Why does he have disadvantage?
Vicious mockery.
Ah, yes. So it's a 15.
Yep. So
Wait, no. I have to roll twice.
yep. And then the second.
Yeah, it's a 15 and
the
a
second
16.
hit still hits. So I dodge one and I get hit by the second.
All right, he comes down and he is not happy. He is definitely trying to make an example of at least one of you. As he comes down with his 1d10 plus 5 and does 8 damage.
Okay.
From there you see him tap his shoes together and he tries to jump up the side, taking op attacks from both
Yep,
of you.
and I still technically have advantage. Really?
One
Really?
second, I gotta make sure.
Hey, don't worry.
And hits. Still does
Not
not.
even close.
And there's 11 more.
He's still up, but barely, and you see him make a jump. He makes enough, and he jumps up here, just right there, landing, and you can see he is bloodied. He is barely holding on.
Yep. I'd like to introduce a little fun fact about the direwolf. Lengthwise, they're 9 feet in length. Actually, they're 9 feet high, so they're longer in length. I know, I'm just saying.
But
I'm just saying it's just like a little fun fact.
Okay. Smoke is up. Smoke turns to the goblin and he pulls out his rapier again, and he still has his rapier out, and he is going
Sick
to
him with the
try and
raptor.
stab. Trying to finish off this one because he is not happy. And he hits. He hits. And that's enough. This one falls dead, as he is no longer a threat.
He ceases to be.
It will be an acrobatics check to do a running.
Oh, I
jump
thought he was
to get up
dead.
to Captain, if that's
I thought you said he.
Captain, no. The hobgoblin that was over here is dead. The captain is barely holding on. You can see him rinsing. He's bleeding.
Running
everywhere.
acrobatics, you said?
He's holding his. Yeah, you can do an acrobatics as your wolf.
Do I take?
You try to jump.
I'm not getting advantage, am I?
Why are you leaving me alone with the other guy?
You try to jump, but you just can't seem to make it. You jump, you get up, you claw, and you slide back down the side of the quarry. As
does that sacrifice all my move action?
no, I'll let you do that as a that's your move.
Okay, so that was
action,
my entire move action.
No, you.
Okay,
I'll say half
then
your move action.
1 to the right, and with advantage, nom.
Okay. You definitely nom. Fails and falls prone. That's 13. Okay, there you go. And he is prone.
Yep.
Turn. He stands up. He looks at you. He turns back to the monk and he tries to stab him. The boss has said we have to make an example of one of them. That's what does a 19
That's gonna hit.
Okay.
I may finally go down.
That was a spear. 1d8 plus 3 is what I remember. That's 5 damage, piercing damage, as he stabs you in the side.
Are you up or down?
I'm
Oh.
done.
He stabs you, and you swear he went clean through you, leaving a hole as he yanks his spear back out of you.
Burn just is groaning. Ow.
And Bryn, you're up.
Oh, I'm gonna stab the shit out of this guy with Frostbrand. You, my friend, are going to die.
You have advantage, so you definitely stab him, and it doesn't matter what damage you did, because he was low anyways. You do enough. You actually do enough. He's dead too now.
And just
Leaving
quickly-
only the captain, who is eyeing that tunnel something fierce.
and she's going to chug that potion like no tomorrow.
Right?
He sucks so hard, he
yeah.
basically inhaled the whole thing.
Simone, you see the only thing left is the hobgoblin captain, and you know his eyes are locked on that tunnel. He thinks that's his way to escape right now. As you move by, a couple of rocks fall down, but nothing major.
Where can you find giant snails? On the tips of a giant's fingers.
You're not going to stop until you make that, aren't you?
I mean, you've given me a situation where I need to incapacitate the man.
He falls down in pain, laughing as he's lying there, unable to do anything.
Give me a situation where you needed to kill the man in one shot, stop him moving. So I chose to stop him moving. Then Simon's going to look at his friends. Come on, get up here. Everyone gets their movement.
Okay.
From a reaction.
I will allow your movement action to be half of your movement to be an acrobatics if you want to jump up.
Okay.
Well, clearly
Or
Bryn,
an athletics to climb up.
clearly Bryn jumps up onto the wolf, and then the wolf has a springboard up onto the captain. Gotta be as monkey as possible with this.
Okay, if I were to do that,
So you're going to try acrobatics.
Yes.
Acrobatics to jump up, athletics to try and climb up. Bryn, you make it. You pop, and you're right there next to the captain, who cannot do anything but laugh as he looks at you, knowing what's coming.
I attempt to jump up. Come on! Why did he give me that?
You attempt to climb up, but again, for some reason, your claws just can't seem to grab purchase, and you slide back down. Right?
That's right here. Okay.
No, you're right.
Oh, sorry. I thought I
Slide back
accidentally
down
moved
right
myself
there.
initially. Okay, that was half my motion. I'm gonna try one more time.
Nope, you don't get a second one. You only do it once. You can't move. You can either start moving up, or you can wait till your turn.
Right, so I got half my move left. So that'd be, how far can I go?
Does a wolf have a climb speed?
Let me actually check. I don't think climb doesn't exist in this thing anymore. It's a.
Actually, it does. Tabaxis have a natural climb speed.
They
Several
do not.
creatures have a natural climb. All right, so you can't just naturally climb up with your movement. You have to use an acrobatics. You have to use athletics.
Yep. So all I can do is at best if I just use the rest of my move speed to move here.
Okay, you move there.
And since I'm just growling and howling.
All right. Goblin Captain is desperately trying to swing his sword, trying to take down at least one of you, but he can't. Something's just too funny. He rolls over laughing, unable to do anything. The smoke walks up. And he says, I will leave this blow to you. And that's his turn. Della, you're up.
Okay. So let's see. You do quick calculations.
The dog is trying to kill Seal so hard.
Okay, using that path I can get to there.
So I don't understand why you didn't just try to jump again.
It's at that point that Catilla realizes she can jump again.
I'm gonna try and jump up to here.
Takes.
I will give you advantage if you take a running. If you try to run and jump.
That's
onto
my
the
plan.
Okay, then give me another acrobatics to just nimbly
Come on.
run and jump. You run, jump, and smack your face into the wall.
Wait. Can she take out like the support beams and thus
No,
it turns into a slow motion?
It's
slide
solid. They have oak there they have wood there to help the platform, but no, it's solid wall. You smack your nose against the wall angrily.
If anyone could understand Druidic, you'll be hearing a whole lot of cursing going on.
Well, here's the thing: you have long range spells.
I can't cast them in wild shape form.
You could have dropped your wild shape as a bonus, and then it tried to finish him off with a spell.
The wolf mouth opens and out comes bees. Millions of bees.
So that's your action. That's your move action. That's all of it. What you got?
That's it.
Okay, you're just gonna stay a wolf.
I drop. Fuck it. Drop it. I'm done. Drop.
Something about the fact that this wolf could not climb this goddamn thing. Castilla just drops her wolf form and angrily
She's
pouts.
flipping both birds as hard as she can.
They're all dead.
Wait, this is actually perfect with Castilla not like that.
Bryn, you're up.
So, surfboarding Mark II.
Wait, what?
No, you can't. Not from that angle. You have advantage because smoke is there. But
just
you
attack him.
Surfboard him.
Can I stab him with Frostbrand and pull both of us off?
Are you trying to basically knock?
If you want to, but you're gonna take fall damage pointlessly.
Just kill him.
Fine, I'll just kill him. I just wanted to make him experience.
Okay, we're over time, dude. I know. You try to stab at him, but he's desperately between the two of you, and he blocks your blow with his shield.
Okay, and
got 1 HP. Come on, somebody, hit 18.
There we go. I hit.
And you as he's blocking your sword, you see his jaws exposed, and you smack him in the mouth. His eyes dial back in his helmet, and he falls down, dead.
Exploding head technique.
You are already dead.
To speed this up, you find on his corpse a cloak of protection, which gives a +1 to AC and all saves. That's why he had higher saves than normal. He had a +1 longsword, and he had boots of striding and sprinting.
So basically all things that the monk wants.
He was using these things to his advantage, and if you guys had not done what you did, he might have actually taken one of you down.
Said roll 20.
So there's the boots of striding and sprinting. That's the only one that you should need a thing.
Yep.
That's what allowed him to jump without a high check, just straight up. All right. Unfortunately, we're over time, and we still have 2 maps to go.
The dice just kept us going.
And I know no Flux has to go to work.
No, we were saying the dice were keeping us going, not that we want to keep going.
Okay. I will say to just we can figure out when we'll come back to this.
Yeah.
Everybody, is that okay?
It obviously it's not next week.
Flux. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
All right, but to show you, everyone, put your tokens right there at the top where you can see.
Right up top, okay.
Bryn there.
Bryn, I can't.
I mean,
wait. How much did I do?
Oh crap! As you walk.
Kagebusha no Jutsu.
As you walk into the cave, God damn it! Stop! I seriously stop it.
Flux, behave.
He needs to fill the world with fabulousness.
I've told my one joke. It activates my true power.
Okay.
Which is making hundreds of.
As you walk in with Harris behind you, you see the mage has activated a tripwire, and a scythe has swung down, impaling him, and he is gagging as he slowly starts to die on the wall. And as you walk in, you see his eyes glaze over, and he falls unconscious.
From Castile, you hear a ha.
Apparently, the kobolds were setting up the traps for this cave. He rushed in without knowing they were ready. And that's where we're in for the night. Did everyone have fun? I know Flux has to take off real quick.
It was fun.
I had some amazingly good luck early session and some really bad luck mid session, but that is evened out. And, yeah.
Absolutely.
Themselves, enough role playing, all that stuff. Okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had fun.
And basically, I'll put the what our total gold amount is in the RP chat.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad everyone had fun. There's only this map and one more to go. So if we meet up again, it'll probably be like a half session. And then the finale back at base. But I'm glad everyone's had fun. I did not expect this to be a 4-session game. I was expecting 2 to 3.
Well, the dice kind of had an effect on that. And we just enjoyed so much RPing.
I'm sorry if I sped things.
I understood. I understand.
I mean, the other thing is just, fights take a while. A fight's going to take.
I'm gonna head off.
Good night.
See you guys.
See you, dude.
Night.
Okay. I hope I'm glad everyone had fun.
Absolutely.
But all right, I'm actually gonna take off too. I'm glad you had a good time. We'll discuss when we'll do this again. It'll probably be after Sovik starts his on the 28th, maybe May 5th or something. We'll finish off. But overall, everything seems good.
Okay.
Honest.
And
also,
you didn't, and that's a cheat sheet I wrote up for Bag of Tricks.
I do.
Whoever has it. It's a very nice one. It includes all the stats broken down of what that can.
All the fun you can have with it,
and what the roles are. Yeah. So enjoy that. The other thing was okay. I have it all written down already. But
have a good one.
You guys have a good time.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Also,
Night.
Night, Neo. Also, here before you go. It's just these are bad things because I now have a 17 AC, which is amazing.
Nice. I challenge, so long as I use a bark skin on myself, my wolf will have a 16 AC.
Well, yeah, but next level, it's going to go all the way up to 19 because I'll upgrade my wisdom to 18 and my dex to 18.
Nice.
Yeah, really, that was the one downside is that my rolled stats were, good but not great in some ways.
Yeah, I had some good rolls, so I put those both into intelligence and wisdom because those were like the real big things for druids.
Yeah, I had two 16s, which I put into wisdom and dex, which is why they're 17. My con was 12, which is 13, strength 12, int 11, charisma 12. All in all, Bryn is actually decidedly fairly above average and extraordinary in some things. But yeah, I liked body surfing, and giving me boots of striding and springing means, holy shit, if Bryn punches somebody, Bryn runs 10 feet, then triggers the boots of striding and springing, and jumps. Normally, she would only jump 30 feet. Now she jumps 90.
Wait, then did I misread what that did?
Read it closely.
Let's see.
In addition, you can jump 3 times the normal distance, though you can't jump farther than your main movement would allow.
Walking speed becomes 30 feet unless higher. My normal walking speed is 40, I think.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out that because of with my drunken technique, it gets up to 50, so I can technically jump 50
Okay.
feet.
Yeah, you would benefit more from
which
that than me.
technically- Yeah, the monk is now able to do full-on wuxia. I can leap. I can leap from a standstill 40 feet. So Bryn is now jumping everywhere. Anyways,
It was.
this was
Good
fun.
night.